doubt it?
I would doubt it. My nose tells me that it's not necessarily an industry standard practice, but notwithstanding that, I still think there's lots of people that operate in certain ways within football that I've seen and been privy to. And my nose tells me that it wouldn't be just isolated to Chelsea. I mean, the reaction to it, if I was in football now and it was my Crystal Palace had been, I remember getting promoted to the Premier League and being summoned to a meeting by Philip French, the head of comms, and Richard Scudamore to advise me how they expected me to behave in the Premier League, which I told them to blow them out their arse. So I would have probably been full of outrage at the same time as a balanced commercial mind, knowing that the big six are in part the value in the Premier League. So the balance between this outrage about their inappropriate behaviour would also be in the commercial reality of the value that they add to the league. So, you know, I'd have a bit of both in my mind. But listen, inherently, the liabilities to operate in a certain way have to be governed and be enforced by those that are in positions of influence.
talkSPORT Sports Update, powered by the Nissan Van range, helping business owners to work better and live better. Search Nissan Vans or head to your local Nissan Van Centre.
Good afternoon with your sports headlines. I'm Will Hobbs, and Liverpool's Champions League winning midfielder Didi Hamann says it's far from certain Arne Slot will remain at Anfield next season.
I don't think we found out an awful lot about Liverpool yesterday. We know on their day they can be as good as anyone, but they played against a desperate team yesterday. It was truly dreadful what Galatasaray.
Arne Slot's looking forward to Liverpool quarter-final rematch with PSG. Two teams, Slot says, play football in the right way. Simon Jordan's asking, why build up PSG as the bogeyman?
There's no need to start building in how good PSG are, what they are and what they're not. Who cares? How good are you and what do you do? And there's no need to build in the fact that you're playing Brighton on Saturday at 12:30, because, by the way, Brighton haven't got the same sort of squad as you got.
Liverpool's trip to Brighton is live on talkSPORT Saturday lunchtime. Meanwhile, Spurs' relegation 6-pointer at home to Forest has been called a World Cup final. Here's former Spurs midfielder Gus Poyet on Tudor's challenge.
Yep.
Sorry, we haven't got Gus there. We'll move on. Premier League clubs have agreed to extend the £30 cap on away tickets for another 2 seasons. The Iranian Football Federation president says the country has no intention of pulling out of the World Cup, but will boycott America. Iran will continue their preparations for the tournament with games against Nigeria and Costa Rica later this month in Turkey. And the war in the Middle East could impact the English cricket season. There's a problem getting Duke's balls, which are stitched in South Asia, over to the UK, and counties are starting the season with half their usual amount. There's more at talksport.com.
talkSPORT News.
The UK COVID-19 inquiries found messaging used during the pandemic made people think A&E was closed, and more people are now being offered the meningitis vaccine. There's cases in Kent. Outbreak have risen to 27. More with Emma.
talkSPORT weather with QuickFit. With over 400 EV-ready centres across the UK, we're top of the league for electric car owners. Visit quickfit.com and book today.
Cloudy and cool with occasional drizzle in northern England and southern Scotland. Sunnier to the south across England and Wales. Mild temperatures, cooler than yesterday.
This is Paul Hawksbee and Charlie Baker with you through until 4 here on talkSPORT. Where this afternoon? Please tell us, Charlie, what's coming?
Well, coming up over the next 3 hours, Paul, all the fallout from the sobering couple of days in Europe for the Premier League.
Yeah.
MMA fighter and football convert Lonnie Kavanaugh pops into the studio. And Chelsea supporting chef Aldo Zilly gives us his verdict on Rory's master menu. Master's menu.
Master's menu, yeah. Be hard to do your top 10 Lonnies, wouldn't it? Your Donegan.
You've got Donegan.
Kavanaugh. Come on, Nod, please. Let's have your top 10 Lonnies. See if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
We also want your tales of being in charge of the menu, much like Rory. And maybe it's kind of giving the kids Jack Daniels ribs.
Yeah.
When the missus is late back from work. I can see a few of the listeners are, what's wrong with the kids? They've gone mad. You get the Sunny D out?
Now.
They've been on the JD inadvertently. Anyway, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And can we outwit the knower of all things in another H&B versus Chat GPT?
Oh, that's still going good. There's all this.
Somehow.
Oxford United's Will Vokes joins us. They've come back, Paul.
Good, yeah.
They've found some form. And Paul's had 3 weeks to even read the Argentinian and Brazilian newspapers ahead of today's waste of half an hour Brazilian. It's not Brazilian. Birthday spread. Although,
the Brazilian spread. I don't think
we need to. As I was saying it, I was thinking, let's walk away from that.
Iguazu Falls was out my bedroom window, but I closed the blinds and I read Il Globo and went through all the Brazilian birthdays.
Standard.
Did the lot. Anyway, what's the time? It's 7 minutes past 1. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Charlie.
Good afternoon, Paul. Nice to be back in the studio with you. We had a nice week, didn't we? I mean,
we did have a nice time.
You've chatted about it already, I'm sure.
Yeah, no, it was fun, and you always enjoyed your company. We had a nice night out, didn't we?
We had a lovely night out, didn't we?
I kind of behaved ourselves to an extent.
Yeah.
But no, it was fantastic.
Had a nice walk through the Guinness villages a few times.
That's
Paul,
right. Yeah,
to do
like Hades, isn't it? About 4 o'clock. Gin Alley.
It stinks, Paul.
Yeah, of course.
That's the only.
Do you know it stinks of Guinness and the byproduct of a lot of Guinness?
That's what
honestly, no. Hopefully, people are on vapes because nobody light a match in the Guinness village. Combustible.
You could chew through the Guinness village.
Yeah.
Anyway, people are having their lunch.
So they are. And talking of food, Aldo Zilly's going to join us a little bit later on.
This is great.
And he's a big Chelsea fan. From what he said to our producer, and I can't use the language, he seems less keen to talk about Chelsea than maybe we imagine. But anyway, he will. And he's also going to have a look at Rory McIlroy's Masters menu. Because it's been published in all the papers today, I'm sure you've seen it. And every Masters winner, as you know, gets the chance to put the menu together. And it's not sort of there is some champ in there. He's mash and potatoes and spring onions. He had it a lot as a kid, and so that's in there, which is very nice. And nice. You get that in a lot of high class eateries anyway, don't you? Really, but he's it's a restaurant he loves in New York.
All right.
And the Masters chefs have actually flown from Augusta to New York to get it, make sure they get it right. Work with the chefs in the restaurant.
Very nice.
He's done well on the wines though. He's 1,600 quid a bottle. He said it's the only white wine he ever really likes.
Is that the?
So if he ever comes round your house and you get the Blue Nun out, Rory,
the chicken wine.
Yeah,
Don't give Rory the chicken wine.
The chick. Want some chicken wine, Rory?
I don't like that. Have you got any of the 16 going? Do you think before a service, Aldo goes, right, keep it tight first 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Nothing Zilly.
Yeah, nothing Zilly. That's right. I always thought Zilly love songs could be his show on Virgin.
It's lovely.
Big mates with Chris. Chris can make that happen, can't he?
TV formats for Aldo Zilly? No, you don't want that, Paul.
Wait, okay. Well, clearly we don't want that, but it looks like we're going to get that.
Lonnie Bangford, the little red dancer.
Again,
that's from Liam.
I think we're back in Brazilian spread country, aren't we? That does sound like a name that popped up in a Robin Asquith film.
Lonnie Liston Smith.
Oh yeah, Lonnie Liston. Oh, now you're talking.
There we are.
That's
more Heartland, Paul.
Expansions.
Isn't it?
Wow, yeah.
More Heartland than Bonnie Langford.
That would probably be. Lonnie Donegan was a pioneer. We won't dwell too long on this. But Lonnie Donegan was a great pioneer of British music. And, how would British music have evolved?
No, without Skiffle and
Lonnie
Donegan and that Rock Island line.
That bass line. I mean...
I got pig iron.
Have you?
That's what he goes, isn't he?
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Pig iron, pig iron.
That's it. So anyway, you are listening to talkSPORT, and most of the British sides or English sides, sorry, Scotland, most of the English sides went out of Europe to pretty chunky defeats over the last couple of nights. My lot have had a bit of a resurgence. I'll tell you what I liked about last night. I mean, the fact that obviously that they're fighting a lot more for the shirt, but the bravery on the ball. This was our problem. all the players were treating the ball like an unexploded bomb. No one wanted it. No one wanted the responsibility. And suddenly we're seeing, apart from Archie Gray, who is completely exempt from this, was always trying to make things happen, even when it was going pear-shaped. But players like Xavi Simons and others getting on the ball, wanting the ball, screaming for the ball, not thinking, as soon as I get it, I'll pop it off because I don't want the responsibility. I don't want this crowd on my back, or I don't want to make a mistake. So it's good.
Is that Tudor, do you think, Paul, or is that the players of having had a word with each other?
I think he's wised up. He's learned a bit about the players in the last 3 weeks, and I think he's realised, sort of formation-wise, what he should be doing. He's got a couple of options formation-wise because of some changes he made last night. So I don't know what he's going to do on Sunday. But yeah, it's looking a whole lot better. But let's not get too carried away. 2 goals we gave away last night. Not closing down on the edge of the box, and we've given away so many goals like that this season.
Yeah,
for the Julian Alvarez goal, and the second one, a bit all over the shop. It was a good, good movement by the Atletico player, but still, you should be dealing with something like that, and they're all pointing at each other and shouting at each other. So we're not out of the woods yet. By the law of averages, it says that Forest, if you have 150,000 chances and score 1 goal, your luck's going to change one day, and it could be Sunday. I'm hoping it's not. Hoping they go extra time.
It's a big game Sunday, Paul.
Oh, it's massive, yeah. I mean, in a strange way, because of the jeopardy, and we haven't had jeopardy like this for years and years, Tottenham. It's going to be really interesting. But I'm really looking forward to it as a match. I expect the atmosphere to be great. I know a lot of the fans groups have got together. They're going to cheer the coach in. I think the players know now that the fans are on side. If they see him,
they see him trying. That's all you want, isn't it?
And I think they've also been affected by it. I mean, we heard Mickey van der Ven talking about it the other day. I think their noses are put out of joint by the fact that there is a feeling that they didn't care, and quite a few of them, because they knew they'd be off in the summer, didn't care.
Right, yeah.
Maybe they're smarting at that a bit, but that'll only get you so far. But anyway, the green shoots potentially, but we'll see.
No injuries from last night, nothing like that happened.
No, I think most players. I mean, it looks like Solanke could be back if he's available at the week. I think he should be available. So we'll see. That is a massive game.
Yeah, huge game.
We'll keep you in touch with that on Sunday with Sam and the gang here on talkSPORT. Mitchell and Forest is live tonight, which I hope goes into the small hours. And they get back about 5 in the morning. Alex Crook and Darren Ambrose, your commentary team. That's the early kickoff. Oh, blimey, is it? Oh, they got the early kickoff.
Oh, that's a shame, Paul, for you.
Oh, that's rotten.
They get back on time. They'll get into bed on time. They'll eat at the right time.
They'll be in bed by 11 o'clock.
That's it. They'll be fresh and ready for Sunday.
As we're discovering the H&B versus ChatGPT, I fully expect them to win. And Villa Lille is live that's on talkSPORT too, by the way. Sorry, Midtjylland versus Forest, 5:45. And then Villa Lille here on talkSPORT. Natalie Sawyer, Sam Matterface and Andy Townsend are with you for that one. You get your calls into the sports bar with Jamie and Jason straight after. I've discovered today that Jason has a love of pepper.
Yes.
There was a bottle on the table, which I thought was a kind of a drink from you buy in Pret. And I shook the bottle thinking, is there anything in there? I was going to throw it away. And a load of pepper came out. Yeah. And I didn't realise that he over-peppers, apparently.
Our producer, Sean, said, you've never seen anyone put more pepper on anything.
Really? Okay. Well, I don't know if Jamie's listening. He'll probably be aware of pepper. 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 He'll be saying that.
Seen the pepper?
He'll be saying that.
Yeah,
so that's coming up at 10.
Some Paul, good afternoon. TV show for Aldo Zilly.
Yeah.
Aldo goes to pubs in the UK all on his own, tries to meet people. Zilly no mates.
Oh, okay.
That's nice. Thank you, Mick in Hounslow. Very nice.
Mick. Good man, Mick.
Very nice. And there was another one a second ago.
I mean, we want to know yet. So
who wants to be a zillionaire? That was it.
Oh, okay. Well,
don't we know what that does?
Don't we?
And they didn't put their name on it, so you know.
Keep those coming if you must. And also, when were you in charge of the menu? And it doesn't have to be the Masters menu.
Nice.
When were you put in charge of the menu? Set the menu. Did it? I mean, ideally, it didn't go well and was a roaring success. It was an absolute bin fire. So, when were you in charge of the menu, and why? And what was the result of it? Let us know in what circumstances, much like Rory at the Masters. Talksport.com, text 81089, tweet TSH and J. We will be joined by Aldo Zilly a little bit later on. Before that, though, a bit of a sobering week for the Premier League. I say, let's not all get too carried away. We weren't brilliant on Monday, and we're rubbish now. There are reasons why this has happened, and a lot of it is bad luck. But anyway, we'll see what Henry Winter, our very own, makes of it. Sunday edition co-host and journalist, of course. Lonnie Kavanaugh, one of 3 top Lonnies we've now established, joining us in the studio. He's getting into football. He's a UFC fighter. He took on a fight the other week against a top fighter at short notice and won. But he went to the Goons. Went to watch Arsenal the other week, and he thinks he thinks he could do work with footballers from an MMA point of view.
Right.
Well, certainly with Arsenal's defenders from corners.
On the corners, yeah,
that'd be fantastic.
Definitely.
It'd be great with the groundwork. So anyway, we'll have a chat with Lonnie later. We're here with our very good friends at Tool Station. Check out their wide range of garden power tools with brands such as Bosch and Ryobi. Next stop, Tool Station.
Max Dowman is. I see him play. He goes, where was it? Was it Mansfield you played the other day in the FA Cup?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
He makes a run, right, from about 15, 20 yards outside their box. All right, he just glides edge of the box like a slalom. Yeah. The kid is a major talent. So is Ethan Wanyeri, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
At that point, he bought Wanyeri on something like 91 minutes at 3-1 up, I think, or 3-0 up.
Yeah.
It was just to give him his debut, nothing else. And that was the point I was making.
John Terry said that he was he hasn't seen a player dribble like that since Lionel Messi.
Well, I would I'd hold back that sort of credit yet. I think, come on, let the boy be the boy. Let the boy just find his way. Totally different build to Messi.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, you look at the size of him. He looks like, and he's still growing. He looks like he could be. I don't know how tall he is, but he looks like he's going to be 6 foot plus, just by his build, doesn't he? And Messi was. Yeah, I would resist comparing any young player at his age to anyone at the minute. Just let him be Max Dowman.
Yeah,
he'll be Max Dowman.
Yeah,
he's a major talent. He's a major talent.
Fair play to him. They do produce some.
Yeah, they have.
Talented boys.
And Lewis Skelly coming through. And I mean, the thing about Lewis Skelly, he might have to leave.
Yeah.
And Capia, if they sign him permanently in Capia, you got in him. They've got Calafiori. Where's Lewis Skelly going to go?
It's incredible. Well, where next in this extraordinary tie?
Rafinha, Lewandowski heads it in. It's all over now. A nightmare for Newcastle. Given away by Jacob Ramsey. Rafinha's clear. A magnificent 7 for Barcelona. It is a humbling for Newcastle.
in Catalonia.
You make a slight mistake and they will punish you.
8-3 on aggregate.
Simons, right-footed, scores! Sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. It does mean that Spurs are on the verge of winning their first game for their new manager. 3-2.
Look, it does bode well for the next game. It really does.
Spurs go out of the Champions League. 7-5 on aggregate.
Rory and Bates back for Salah, left foot in, brilliant! There's number 4, the best of the lot.
They've been very, very dynamic in their play.
They were superb. Liverpool 4, Galatasaray 0. And the Reds are through 4-1 on aggregate.
Yes, tough night for Newcastle. Gavin Webster, comedian and Newcastle fan, joining us for a bit of a chat later on that. But we're going to look overall at what happened over the last couple of nights. It was the first time 4 sides from a single nation have gone out at the same stage.
Yeah.
But yeah, a bit of navel gazing, but let's not overreact. Let's see.
As I said to you, Paul, we did have 6 teams go through, so
Yes.
that's the
flip side.
Flip side.
Let's get the thoughts of Henry Winter, of course, journalist and Sunday Edition co-host. Hi, Henry.
Hello, Henry.
Hi, Paul. Hi, Charlie. How are we?
Yeah, good, thank you. There will be, as we said, a bit of navel gazing going on and people saying, oh, we're not quite as good as we thought we were. But sometimes it comes down to luck, doesn't it? I mean, when you look at the teams that Newcastle and Tottenham and Chelsea were drawn against, and City, they're all top quality, world-class teams.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's the Champions League. It kind of does what it says on the tin. And, I mean,
there
just
are
look
kind
at some
of draws out there, not mentioning any names. Arsenal versus Dulwich Hamlet, for example.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And they had a few injuries. Yeah, I mean, look, if you look at the Premier League last season, the teams who are in first and second have gone through, and the teams in third, fourth, fifth, and 17th have gone out. So I guess there's an element there. But as you say, it's navel gazing, and we look at it from very much an English perspective. And we expect teams to do better because of the huge sums that have been spent. But we also need a little bit of perspective. And I can understand the navel gazing at the moment. But Premier League clubs have won 3 out of the last 7. So, which is not the worst record. But we have to accept and acknowledge that there are some sensational teams and individuals out there. And looking at it from a Premier League perspective, I would be slightly concerned about why we don't have necessarily a superstar. I mean, Kvaratskhelia, we saw him these first 15 minutes, how good he was against Chelsea for PSG. Lamine Yamal last night. We saw, he probably wasn't even the best winger Barcelona had out there. I mean, Rafinha was sensational, obviously played over here for Leeds. Yeah. So even though we've got some of the most elite coaches, or a fair few of the elite coaches in the world have been over here, Pep obviously, Klopp before, it's the superstar players that we don't seem to have attracted. And maybe some of them just look at the workload, the fatigue, no winter break, and think, well, if I want to be delivering for my country in the summer, it might make sense just to sort of stay in Spain or go elsewhere. Yeah. But I do think, there's a shareholders meeting of the Premier League today, and I hope they did look at it and look at a team. I wrote a blog on it earlier today about Barcelona. 8 of their 16 players that they used had some connection with La Masia, their academy, either for a few years or from sort of 6 or 7 years of age, like Lamine Yamal. And I think we've got to look more at that, develop these players, build up the culture, build up that understanding. A lot of those players in that Barcelona team had played together from a young age. So, look, it's a range of things, but you still could have an all-English final.
I think your point about the top quality talent is an interesting one and a good one, because I think all the reasons you said are spot on, but you're right. Kvaratskhelia could have gone anywhere he liked. And we often say, we pride ourselves on the fact that we know that a lot of the other big European clubs hate the spending power, the buying power, the money that the Premier League has. But when it comes down to it, the top Brazilians, the top players in the world, they gravitate towards Barcelona and Real Madrid and PSG. They go for the glamour and say, for all the reasons you said about fatigue and work rate and everything else, Henry.
I mean, history, lifestyle. Some of them, obviously not necessarily the Brazilians, but there's a language element to it as well. I mean, look, we still got some stars over here. You've only got to look at the way Szoboszlai played last night. Look at Haaland has not been at his best recently, but he's still in the top 3 strikers in the world. I do think, the older players do, and I kind of understand it, because you think of the sort of the pitches that some of them played on, and the conditions and the tackling and the workload. But I do think there is an element of fatigue, because if you look at with the current teams, and we hope we don't see it in the summer with the national team, but you look at some of the sort of the workload of the players, have to do, and they're very rarely easy games in the Premier League. It's one of the reasons why we love it so much, that you can have the team that's bottom drawing with the team that's been top.
Some crazy aggregate scores, but then there's Arsenal. We were discussing yesterday how good Arsenal's defence is, and how that's probably going to win them the league. That might be what wins them the Champions League as well, Henry.
But doesn't that sum up this whole debate that we're having, that some of the best defenders in the world are over in England, some of the best attackers in the world are wandering up and down the Ramblers? I mean, I absolutely agree with you. And it's everyone looks at Gabriel and Saliba, but I would throw Hincapié into the mix as well. I mean, I know he's only on loan, but I'll be amazed if Arsenal don't try and make that loan permanent in the summer. He can play at left back. He can play at centre half as well. He's probably more reliable than Lewis Skelly, and Calafiori has a few injuries. So absolutely. And, you've got Jurriën Timber, who's, an outstanding right back. And you've got Ben White, who rarely gets off the bench. So absolutely. And you've got David Raya behind him.
Stepped up this season, I think.
He's Spain's number two.
Yeah. I think that, I mean, I'm sort of joking about their draw, but I think they can go to toe for the reasons you guys have just said with any of the teams that are still left in this tournament, really. So, and you'll get a better performance out of them than maybe you would of some of the other teams. Just on Szoboszlai, I didn't like the Szoboszlai penalty, Henry. I don't know how you feel about penalties like that. I mean, I don't blame the player, because you basically go over the player's foot. You look at it, you don't think, can I get the ball? You think, can I go over the player's leg there to win a penalty? Look, that's how it works. It's buying contact, but that's the way penalties get given these days.
We've seen a fair few of it this season, not simply in Europe, but also domestically as well. I mean, that's a broader issue and something that the authorities are going to have to take up with the PFA. But you try telling a player in a crunch moment not to go down, or their view of the officials, even in the age of VAR, is that it's not going to get caught. I mean, it's, that they are going to do it. That's the slightly cynical, very cynical world that we live in.
Especially in Europe, where normally European refs give those. Apart, of course, when it's Xavi Simons on the edge of his box who gets bundled over and they go up the other end and score.
Not
that I'm bitter.
Let it go, Paul.
Let it go. You're back on Sunday, Henry.
Yeah, Xavi Simons had a good game last night, actually. I mean, remember, you guys did win.
Oh, we did. We did win. It's such a rare occurrence. It hasn't quite computed yet. But, OK, we'll hear from you Sunday, Henry. Thanks very much.
Cheers, guys.
Thanks.
Journalist and author and Sunday edition co-host with Sean Custard, Henry Winter. Just to let you know, you can catch all of last night's Champions League second leg action in the latest episode of the talkSPORT Daily podcast. Adrian Durham, joined by Stuart Pearce, Dean Ashton and Alvin Martin for a full in-depth roundup, available on all podcast platforms now. Adrian had a hot take last night.
He did.
On Eddie Howe. We might play that to Gavin Webster, the comedian and Newcastle fan, a little bit later on after that shooing in the new camp. But Aldo Zilly joins us next, and he's a Chelsea fan.
Yeah.
But he's also, of course, top chef and restaurateur. And we're going to ask him to take a look at Rory McIlroy's Masters menu.
See what his palate's like.
Yeah.
Rory's parrot, not palate.
He's got a parrot, has he?
Rory's parrot.
Rory's got... Has he taken his parrot there?
It's a cracker. What you having? It's a cracker.
Be great, wouldn't it?
6 iron?
Yeah.
6 iron? You sure?
Yeah,
it's
okay.
Like 7 to me. 6 iron?
Oh, there must be a golfer's...
blowing?
There must be a golfer's joke out there about a parrot was the caddy. Sat on the bloke's shoulder, kept telling him.
It must be, yeah.
What, in this wind? Yeah. Right. It'd be great, wouldn't it? Dog leg left. So it sounded a bit more like Ron. It sounded a bit more like Ron Manager, my parrot, for some reason, isn't it? Anyway, we'll move on. Aldo Zilly joins us next.
A few years back, when Jurgen Klopp was in charge, we tried signing Moises Caicedo, a defensive midfielder, because since Fabinho and Henderson have left, we've not signed one.
Yeah.
He turned us down. We tried signing that Southampton young
Lavia as well.
Chelsea. Lavia, yeah.
The same window,
He
I
turned
think.
us down.
Yeah.
A year later, we went for Zubamendi. He turned us down. We've not replaced that kind of player. Slot came in and played Gavin Webster in that position. He did well. We won the league because of the other teams falling off as well. But we've not signed that player yet. We've let go of centre-halves, Matip and company, and we've got only two...
Company?
Choice. No, Matip and company, you know...
Oh, Matip and co, other players.
Yeah,
Right.
Matip and co, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, let go of players like that, and then we've not signed any centre-halves. We're probably the only Premier League club who's got two senior centre-halves on their books.
Do you know what, Sam, as well? Another one, Mark Gahey. I don't know why you didn't get him.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. For £5 million, we spent outrageous money on attacking players, but we've not signed a defensive player just for £5 million. How ridiculous is that?
Yeah.
But that doesn't explain why you're not scoring goals.
Exactly. Yeah, but there comes Slot's position. Arne Slot.
Hold on.
Let's get a cash point.
Hold on. Sorry, are you working behind the tills at like Tesco's or something?
Yes, I am.
What? Why are you talking to us?
Because I'm listening to you as well.
That's unbelievable.
Liverpool's Champions League winning midfielder Didi Hamann says we didn't learn much about Slot's team last night. Poor Galatasaray were beaten 4-0 at Anfield. Didi Hamann says he agrees with talkSPORT's Danny Murphy.
I think it's far from certain that he's a manager next season because the football so far has been below par for too long.
Meanwhile, Adrian Durham's comments about Eddie Howe needing to hand in his resignation reached the Newcastle away fans at the Camp Nou.
One of the supporters brought it up, they had it on their phone there, but that certainly isn't the feeling amongst myself, amongst the press, or amongst right-minded thinking supporters.
The Daily Mail's Craig Hope says Newcastle are in a good place despite shipping 7 goals. Eddie Howe's already looking ahead to the derby with Sunderland, and that's live on talkSPORT midday on Sunday. And Spurs have a massive game with Nottingham Forest. Here's how former boss Gus Poyet described the relegation 6-pointer.
World Cup final. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, yes. I know what Tudor said, and I respect his opinion. You know, there is more games, but this one is massive.
There's more at talksport.com.
Charlie?
Like that. Better me that, Paul.
Our top 3 Lonnies. It's expansion. Lonnie, Liston, Smith. Our Only Three Lonnies.
There's a blues singer that Lonnie Donegan got his name from.
It's a great album.
Send that in,
Charlie. Takes a while to get going, but it's worth it when it does. It's 6 minutes or so of pure gold, so go and check it out. Come on, let's have more Lonnies, because we'll be joined by a Lonnie today, Lonnie Kavanaugh from the world of UFC, joining us a little bit later on. So let's turn to the world of golf now. Well, kind of, because the Masters is just around the corner. And, of course, the holder of the green jacket gets to choose the menu for the Masters dinner a couple of nights before. I've always thought if you're not in great nick and they had it the night before, you could really stitch them up, couldn't you? Roly-poly pudding and custard. All the ones on an early tea. Suet pudding.
Really heavy.
Yeah, really all heavy.
Really creamy.
Yeah, yeah. Creamy or suety.
A really creamy beef dish.
Yeah, that's right. Beef and oxtail, whatever, something really. But anyway, they don't do it. It's 2 nights before. You got a chance to.
That's a shame.
And it's normally a beautifully balanced menu and often, quite expensive ingredients with lots and lots of expensive wine. It's no different this time. We thought we'd get an expert to peruse it.
Yes, please.
An expert who likes their football, although not particularly at the moment, as he's a Chelsea fan. It is the chef and restaurateur, Aldo Zilly. Hi, Aldo.
Hello, Aldo.
Buongiorno, guys. How you doing?
Yeah, we're
good. Thank you.
Now, I know you've had a chance to have a look at it. Let's take the listeners through the appetizers.
Yeah, okay, lovely. Yeah.
Peach and ricotta flatbread.
Okay,
which
yeah.
is nice. Bacon wrapped dates.
Oh, lovely.
They always go down
They'll
well.
keep you going.
Yeah, they certainly will. Rock shrimp tempura.
Lovely, that sounds nice.
Which is nice. And the grilled elk sliders.
Rory
Rory said he likes elk. He said, but it was a bit much for some people. I didn't think it should be the main course. So appetizers-wise, Aldo, what do you make of that?
What do you think elk is?
Is it venison?
It's a big venison, yeah.
Big venison, yeah.
It's very large. Another word for it is for a big stag.
Yeah.
Wapiti is another word for it. From North America. This menu has a lot of. Where is this held, by the way?
It's in Augusta, Georgia, and
okay.
And
that's
although,
why
although Rory is Irish, Aldo, he does spend a lot of time in the States, and there's nods to his background, but we'll come on to that. But the elk, they'll probably they'll get half an elk. You think?
Yeah. Well, a good thing about it is it comes with its own toothpick.
Oh, of course. That's very useful. Yeah.
It's quite an expensive ingredient.
No, yeah.
I mean, it tastes. The taste is it's venison basically.
Yeah.
Very nice taste. In fact, so that's not a bad dish at all.
Yeah, I like the sound of that.
Considering the price, it's it's a good dish. Then you got the rock shrimp. That's another expensive ingredient.
Mm-hmm.
The rock shrimp is very. It's got a very hard skin, so it's a bit lobster kind of resemblance, lobster tail resemblance.
Okay.
So it again, it's very nice taste. In all, I mean, the menu wagyu beef.
Yeah.
In all, the menu is very edible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
nice,
So he's
very
got.
nice.
Is that so?
The
Are you
first
like this?
course,
The only bit of Italian in it is carpaccio.
It's
Yellowfin
carpaccio.
tuna carpaccio. He's doing. For those that don't, that's the first course. The main course, you said wagyu beef, filet mignon, or seared salmon. You can have.
Oh, very nice.
So I mean, they're all expensive cuts. They've not. They're not saving money. They're not going down Lidl for this, with respect.
No,
Although you can get all these ingredients in Lidl, I'd like to
the
point
pudding is butterscotch angel delight, which the sticky toppy pudding, of course.
Yes. Yeah, and maybe Rory's going to make it on the wines, like all good restaurateurs like Aldo.
Yeah.
But no, some of these
back on the
wines,
wines.
Aldo, it's at 1,650 quid bottle of white, which he said he never used to like white wine till he drunk this. So it's a good job that we all didn't act like that. Yeah, 1,600 quid a bottle
For the wine.
Yeah, the white is.
Is it worth that, Aldo? Do you think, in your vast experience?
Is it red or white?
That's a white. It's a white. He's doing a. His red.
White.
His red is a Chateau Lafite Rothschild 1990.
Oh my God! Even I don't drink alcohol for 4 years now. I would have a drop of that.
Yeah. He's done some lovely.
well,
I mean,
yeah,
honestly,
well on the
yeah. I wonder what the markup is on that, Aldo. You can tell us. What's the markup on a bottle of Chateau Lafite Rothschild 1990? I mean, that was
The markup on that is probably 65, 70%.
Really? Are you popping to Calais for that, or are you getting that from a special?
That's who you know. It's just who you know, isn't it? My wife is sitting next to me. She said, "Depends who you know."
Yeah.
She runs our restaurant in Zilly here in Surrey. So she's very on the ball when it comes to markup.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that.
We do like the fact he's got a bit of Irish champ, mash and spring onion. So he's got a nod to his Irishness.
Well, it's got a bit of Calcun in there.
Yeah, that's lovely, isn't it? It's a lovely thing to do. So you think overall a nice balanced menu?
That's a nice
Aldo,
dinner.
Yeah.
Overall, I'd go for all of it. I mean, the sticky toffee pudding is my favourite, to be honest.
Who
doesn't like that?
Vanilla ice cream and warm toffee sauce to finish off.
Very nice.
You can't go wrong with that, really, can you?
Well, and over the years, they've had sort of different things.
You've not eaten at my house, silly.
Yeah. Yeah. Trouble is, you're gluten free. So I mean, if you ate this, Charlie,
Be a nightmare.
you'd be in the toilet for a month.
I wouldn't make the first tea, I tell you.
I mean, he has gone a bit around the world with the whole menu.
Yeah, that's
really.
true. Yeah.
I think they do.
It's got a little bit of Italy there. It's some Italy, some North America, some rock oysters. So it's very mixed.
Yeah,
and it's very I would say interesting.
I mean, it's good. I mean, all the winners of the Masters come at it from different ways. When you've had Asian winners of it, they'll obviously have a nod to that. Bubba Watson's, he's a good old boy, of course, Bubba, and his was like a death row meal. like your last meal on death row. Yeah. Anyway,
bit of Chelsea, Paul.
I'm afraid. I'm sorry.
Aldo.
Sorry, Aldo. We have got a couple of minutes left to talk about Chelsea.
Are we really?
Oh, yeah. It's where do you stand on young Liam at the moment and the way it's going?
My wife said, "Hurry up," because she's seen me so stressed the other night.
Yeah.
Where do I stand with Liam? Well, I think I stand in the fact that why did we not carry on with Maresca? Obviously I would say that because I'm Italian, but Liam, it's not Liam's fault.
No.
All the teams we played in the last few weeks and we've lost, they're just better than us by miles.
Yeah.
They're showing that they're better than us. Arsenal's miles better than us. Paris Saint-Germain, we're in a different league. It was the other night. I mean, where is the Paris Saint-Germain that we played in the World Cup? I don't know. They've obviously didn't fancy playing that day. But it's been it's not great at the moment. It's very and I don't know who's going to fix it and how.
There's a feeling, Aldo, that the balance of the squad is wrong. That great Chelsea sides have always had a balance. You've had good senior pros, and if you've got great youngsters, definitely, and a lot of those guys are going to train on if they stick around. But
no senior.
Yeah, maybe some of those players that in those big moments can manage stuff on the pitch.
Yeah, I think that the likes of Derry, the likes of these young kids, from the academy, great, all fantastic, but we need to buy into a great, centre back, a defender.
Yeah,
we can't keep relying on what we got because we haven't got any.
No, Aldo, we're going to let you get on with your day. You and Mrs. Z. Thanks for joining us, and all the best. Thank you.
Thanks so much. Ciao, ciao.
There we are. There's Aldo Zilly and Mrs. Zilly there in the car, kindly giving up their time to tell us about Rory McIlroy's menu.
There's Aldo sitting in his Prada glasses in his Porsche next to his wife, talking about wine and markup. What a lovely life.
It's good, isn't it? How'd you know it was a Porsche? Could you tell from the hand-stitched leather seats? Maybe he's put hand-stitched leather seats in an old Ford Anglia. Maybe he's got a Nissan Cherry on a K-plate with the exhaust hanging off, held on with string.
Beautiful.
It's all showing.
I might have got it completely wrong.
No, I think you're probably right. Good man, Aldo. It's nice to talk to him as always. Lonnie Kavanagh's joining us in the studio. UFC 5'8" MMA fight. Had a big win recently and has got into football recently as well. He has an interesting background, a backstory, and he will be here in a few moments' time. Of course, we're here with our good friends at Toolstation. Get your toolbox essentials this spring with big savings on screws and fixings. Next stop, Toolstation.
I don't know about Barca.
What do you mean?
I don't know about Barca.
They won 8-3.
Yeah, first half, Newcastle the better side.
Yeah, I know, but
No, I'm not convinced by them. I'm not convinced.
Here's my take on it. You're right. The league is. I don't look. You know, you look at over the league phase. The Premier League teams go, God, look at us. We're
just
dominating Europe because we're too strong over,
yes.
you know, an 8-9 game.
Yes.
How many games you play, right?
Yes.
But when it comes to the elite level, when it comes to the knockout rounds and the big games against the big dogs, we get found out because our Premier League, really, I don't think the quality is that great.
No, it's not
It's
great.
been a set-piece league.
Yeah.
It's all been about long throws, direct football. And you play against PSG, you play against Real Madrid, you play against Barcelona, Bayern Munich, you know, even Atletico, you know, in Madrid. We get found out because they know how to play football.
They are football teams in the true sense of the word. But that doesn't necessarily mean to say that Arsenal, who are going to be have got their criticism, aren't capable of going and doing what they're doing in the Premier League and overpowering teams and dominating games because Arsenal are the best at it.
Yeah.
They're the best at it.
Do you think Arsenal are going to win it?
Mate, if they don't, then I think they're
secret Arsenal fan this season. What's
Mate,
that
listen,
What is on?
I've got no love. I hope Arsenal fall at the last every time. But you've got to appreciate a good side. You've got to appreciate what they do, and they do it well. Dark arts, all of that. I've said this. I want my side, Chelsea, to be more like them. We are
You
incapable.
got beat 8-2.
But that's what I mean. I want to be more like Arsenal.
You didn't respect the ball.
I want to be more like Arsenal, mate.
Good afternoon, it's Paul Hawksbee and Charlie Baker here on talkSPORT. Now, next guest took a fight at short notice in the world of MMA against a great fighter in Brandon Moreno in his own backyard in Mexico City and won at the end of last month. Wow, yeah, it's always that. Well, let's find out more. Lonnie Kavanaugh has joined us in the studio. Lonnie, good to see you.
Good to see you too. Thank you for having me.
So when that call comes, how much build-up did you have? The other fighter pulls out with an injury. How much warning did you have to get yourself over to Mexico and get involved?
So it was 3 weeks before the fight.
Right.
So you had to make some decisions quickly.
Yeah. I mean, did you fancy it straight away? Was there any doubt in your mind, or did you just say, yeah, I'm up for it?
So I was on my coach called me in the morning. He never calls me at this time, so
yeah.
When he calls, you answer. It's like 6:30 in the morning, so obviously my head's a bit scrambled at that time. And I spoke over it with all my other coaches as well, and it was one of those ones that's like that you can't turn this down. It was such an awesome opportunity, and I was grateful to be given it. And yeah, I'm just glad it worked out.
Was it? I mean, was there expectation you would win it or could win it, or was it a bit of a free hit from your point of view?
No, obviously, like for me, the biggest thing for me, I was telling my coaches as well, is legacy. And for me, it's like I don't want to lose fights. Like I've lost. Unfortunately, I lost the one before that. So coming off a loss, I was like, I don't want to ever lose a fight again.
Yeah.
So and my coaches believe that I can win, and I trust them in my life. So I was happy to go for it.
Wow.
Yeah. So your purple belt jiu-jitsu and black belt karate, is that how you made your way into MMA? Were you doing those first, or did you start out as an all-round MMA fighter?
No, so I actually it was a little bit different. So I started with a Korean style of martial arts. It was like taekwondo mixed with like some jiu-jitsu elements of it as well. And I competed in Korea when I was 10 years old.
Really?
Wow.
And looking back on it, it was like an MMA tournament, but I didn't know what MMA was at the time. And then I got into kickboxing, became a kickboxing black belt, and then kind of stumbled into MMA. And now
what was it like at school? Was everyone just, oh no, he's coming?
I was quite quiet at school. I don't think I was too much of a troublemaker.
Yeah.
My schoolmates may say
I wouldn't have had a row with you.
No, I think the teachers probably left you alone.
Yeah, they probably did. That's right. But what a fantastic win! And what about Brandon Moreno himself? What was he like after the fight with you?
I didn't speak to him too much.
Yeah.
But from the few interactions I had with him, he's a really nice guy.
Yeah.
I know he was a nice guy going into the fight. Like I used to watch him when I was young. When I was a kid, when I was first starting out. So to be able to share the octagon with him was a pleasure.
And I mean, talk about a home, Mexico City. I mean, you must have felt that.
What a trip!
They didn't want you to win.
A little bit, yeah, a little bit. It was definitely different. As soon as you walk out, everyone's booing you.
Yeah.
But, it was an experience that. Again, the whole experience was awesome. So
we were just discussing the pre-match, pre-tournament meal for the golf. What do you eat before an MMA fight? Is it just pure red meat?
So that might weigh a bit.
I don't know. Yeah.
So for a fight, you actually you have to weigh in the night before, the day before. So you lose. For me, it's like 11, the best part of 11 kilos leading up. So the week before, you're not eating much at all.
No.
But then you have one day to refuel and re-eat. You're trying not to eat as much crap as you can within that day. So still stays quite clean, but it's very carb heavy.
And straight afterwards, you off to McDonald's, or I mean, do you have a little break? I mean, having a break now because there's some MMA in London this weekend. We'll come on to that, but you're not fighting. It's only 5 weeks. So how many weeks is it since your last fight? It's not very long.
3 weeks.
3 weeks. So when would you go back into the ring again? And when would you start sort of gearing up again?
So at the moment, nothing scheduled, but I'd like to go quite soon. To be honest with you.
And has this Moreno win opened some other doors for you?
Yeah, definitely. And that, like for me, I want to become champ as quick as I can. So I'm willing to do what it takes to get there, and it's just about climbing up the rankings now.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Interesting. Yeah.
So tell us a bit about what's going on. You're going to be supporting some teammates from the Great Britain top team, aren't you? So it's at the O2.
Yes, yeah. Two of my teammates are fighting on it. We've got Nathaniel Woods, who I look up to a lot, and Chanel Dyer, who's making her UFC debut. So I'm excited to watch these two. And there's a lot of London lads UK lads on the card.
Yeah.
You got Michael Page, the Liverpool lot, Luke Riley, Sherman stuff. So I'm looking forward to being a spectator for this one.
So although it's a really solo sport, there must be a real camaraderie in the training and building that team like that.
Yeah, of course. Like you said, MMA is a individual sport when you're in there. But I think it's one of the biggest team sports in the world because you've got to trust your team with your life. Firstly, you've got to trust your coaches.
Yeah.
And I have amazing coaches. I've got Ash Grimshaw, Carlton Luke, Brad Pickett, legends of the game. And then teammates and stuff, like, there's no other sport that you go into training, you beat the crap out of each other, and then you're best mates afterwards.
Yeah.
And I feel like that builds like a strong bond.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Your name is spelled Lone apostrophe ER. So, how's it pronounced? Because people call you Lon or Lonnie, but how's that pronounced?
So yeah, most people will call me Lon or Lonnie, but I think so it's a Chinese name. My mum's Chinese.
Right.
So it's pronounced Long Yi in Chinese.
Okay.
Right.
Which I believe means like dragon's son or something like that.
Yeah.
So that was always destined to go into something like that.
I'd like to think so. Yeah.
Wow. It's and you are a Londoner, aren't you? You were born here and sort of southwest London. But you went off to watch the Arsenal recently. You went to the Everton game.
I did.
Have you not been into football before, really? Has it all been sort of martial arts for you?
It's always been martial arts for me. I'm trying to get into football now. You know, I always say I started fighting because I was no good at football growing up, which is kind of true. But yeah, I'm trying to get into it more. You know, one of my coaches is an Arsenal supporter, so got me into Arsenal, which
good time to get into Arsenal. Actually,
exactly. He's in charge of the corners, is he?
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. I know you've kind of potentially feel there is a bit of a crossover, and you could work with footballers, and you could certainly work with Arsenal at corners. Say the groundwork would be, I think, fantastic. Because you can get away with anything from a corner now, not just anybody. You know, you can basically punch someone in the face, and the ref say minimal contact. It's become the Wild West set pieces in football in this country. So I think they'd have a lot to learn. That would be good.
It makes it more interesting for me. If people get punched in the face, I'm all in, you know.
Yeah.
So you're going to go again? You think you might go a bit more football in? Might go to some more games? You got a bit of a taste for it? Because it was an interesting game because it looked like Arsenal wouldn't get the goal. And then they struck at the end, didn't they? They kind of, right at the end, got the 2 late goals. And you saw a young lad, much like yourself, go in there, Max Dowman, like 16 years old, and score that amazing goal.
Yeah, it was awesome to see. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I actually missed the goals. I left 10 minutes before the end.
So you don't want to do that at the football.
Yeah. So I messed up there. But hearing that, 16, right?
You know, you like to get people out early. I know that.
Yeah,
yeah, that's what I've been told about.
No, you don't want to be there to the end.
Get in and out as soon as you possibly can.
You don't get any more money for staying for 96 minutes.
Exactly.
Well,
good luck with it, Lonnie.
Yeah, we wish you well, Lonnie. Come and see us again, and congratulations on the win. And we'll certainly keep an eye out for you. So thanks for popping in.
Thank you for having me.
Very much.
Yeah, this weekend we've got 3 live combat sports events for you to watch for free over on talkSPORT Boxing YouTube channel. Costello Van Steenis and Fabian Edwards face off for the PFL middleweight world title from 6 p.m. On Saturday, Red Johnson fights for the super middleweight southern area title in Curtis Woodhouse's debut show. Curtis joined us on the show the other week as a promoter, 3156 Promotions. Meanwhile, Nielson and TM14 are at York Hall with the vacant welterweight southern area title on the line. We're going to be chatting about that, small hall boxing, and where it's at in this country a little bit later on. That's 3 live combat sports events this weekend, absolutely free on the talkSPORT Boxing YouTube channel, and enjoy at the O2 if you're there this weekend to watch the MMA. Still to come this afternoon, Will Volk's going to join us from Oxford United. Gavin Webster, comedian and Newcastle fan, picks over the debris from last night's shoeing at the new camp. You wouldn't have thought that at half-time. And H&B versus Chat GPT. We'll look at 3 big games in Europe and take on Chat in a few moments' time.
Aston Villa, 40 goals.
I saw that, mate.
That's incredible, Ali. That's the same as Spurs.
Wow.
Leeds United have scored 37. West Ham have scored 36, but 40 goals for Aston Villa. And yesterday, Watkins, no confidence. When he gets 1v1, he had a chance to get past Maguire, loses the ball. Rodgers was giving the ball away a bit too much yesterday. Buendia offers 0. Leon Bailey comes on, offers less than 0.
I know, mate.
And a lot of the players that are playing at the moment, Ali, have been at the club for far too long.
Yeah.
And that was the oldest, by the way, Mr. McCoist. Aston Villa fielded their oldest starting 11 since 2012.
Was it really?
Yes.
I'm loving more than anything. Not even that start. I'm just loving your preparation to know that start, mate. You're all
Ali,
over it, mate.
29 years of age was the average age of Aston Villa starting 11, and that's not like Villa.
No, mate.
Abraham comes on, doesn't look like the Tammy Abraham of old. I think they've got a lot of problems, Ali, and John McGinn, big plus while he was on the pitch, him being back. Tielemans might be back after the international break. But when I look at the squad of players that we've got, Ali, Sancho wasn't available last night. Apart from Rodgers, I don't see a player who can get past a man. And I've been having this conversation with so many people. And I go back to my time, Ali. I wasn't a great finisher. But you know what I could do, Ali? I could get past the player. Yeah, and I'll get 1v1. I'm taking you on every time.
Gabby, that's what I've said. It's the most important thing in the game, man.
talkSPORT Sports Update, powered by the Nissan van range. Scoring a winning hat-trick of performance, payload and price. Search Nissan Vans or head to your local Nissan Van Centre.
Good afternoon with your sports headlines. I'm Will Hobson. Breaking news, Liam Rossini has said that Enzo Fernandez is committed to Chelsea, despite rumours he might be off in the summer. Elsewhere, how concerned should we be that the majority of the Premier League sides struggled so badly in the Champions League last 16?
The English sides that got knocked out, right? Chelsea, Newcastle, Spurs, Man City, right? Between them, 28 goals they lost, 3.5 a game. That's appalling.
talkSPORT's Henry Winters pointed out we could still have an all-English final, though that looks a long shot, but he says watching Barcelona last night did pose a question.
It's the superstar players that we don't seem to have attracted. Maybe some of them just look at the workload, the fatigue, no winter break, and think, well, if I want to be delivering for my country in the summer, it might make sense just to sort of stay in Spain or go elsewhere.
Perhaps the best player in the Champions League right now is England's Harry Kane. He's got to 50 goals in the competition in fewer games than both Messi and Ronaldo. Journalist Rafa Honigstein's told us Kane is loved all over Germany.
People love him. I mean, even those who don't like Bayern, and half the population don't, I think begrudgingly respect his accomplishments and see him as somebody who has really not put a foot wrong, whether that's on the pitch or off it.
Elsewhere, the Iranian Football Federation says they have no intention of pulling out the World Cup, but they will boycott America. All 3 of Iran's group games, however, are scheduled to take place in the US, 2 in LA and 1 in Seattle. And former England youth captain Harvey Vale's been called up to the Republic of Ireland squad for next week's World Cup playoff against the Czech Republic. Head coach Heimer Hallgrimsson has signed a new contract until the end of the Euro 2028 campaign.
talkSPORT News.
The COVID inquiry has found the NHS came close to collapse during the pandemic and only just coped. And the US Defence Secretary has vowed to finish the job in the war against Iran. Emma has more at past.
talkSPORT weather with QuickFit. With over 600 centres across the UK, most of which open 7 days a week, we're always there when you need us. QuickFit. Drive away happy every time.
Some cloud and drizzle in northern England and southern Scotland. Sunnier to the south across England and Wales. Temperatures above average but colder than yesterday.
Win a VIP trip to the British Grand Prix on talkSPORT.
Is there a cat in here?
And they're off.
Okay, and they're off. You did a cat and two different sports. Fantastic, Charlie, the voice of them all. Now, listen up, F1 fans. We're down to the final week. We want to send you and a mate to Silverstone on July the 5th, the British Grand Prix, and an experience like no other. Forget general admission. We're putting you right in the heart of it with the full racing green trackside experience. You're going to experience it in the best possible way. You're going to get exclusive grandstand seats, inner track access to watch the drivers roll into the paddock, and we've got the whole day sorted, all day street food, fully open bar, and more. It ends tomorrow at 4 p.m, so here is how to enter.
Yes, for your chance to win, you can text WIN to 83338. Text costs £2.50 plus your standard network rate. Or you can call 0343 418 7260. Lines close this Friday at 4 p.m. And that's when you'll need to answer your phone if it rings. 18 plus, UK residents only. This is a network promotion. Full T's and C's at talksport.com. For your chance to win, text WIN to 83338 now.
Fantastic. Yeah, what a fantastic
wow. Great price.
Good luck.
Great price. Good luck.
Well, it's time now for H&B versus... Isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yeah. No, I was just excited.
H&B versus ChatGPT.
H&B versus ChatGPT.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it was a while back that we decided that if we had a prediction competition with ChatGPT, surely ChatGPT would win every week.
You'd think, wouldn't you, Paul? You'd think it would know what it was doing.
And it's constantly learning, unlike us. It's
from itself.
Quite clear. Constantly learning from itself. So every time it makes a wrong prediction, really the following week you should be getting it right.
It did win. It did win February.
Did win February.
It's a bit of a shame. You won January.
I
think you won December as well.
Yeah. So we're just going to look at three big games in Europe this evening, and we're going to try and predict the scores, and we'll take on ChatGPT. Now, if you use ChatGPT and you use the audio, you'll know that it's quality.
Lovely. What a beautiful voice. I don't know who they got to do it, or they've stolen it from. I've no idea.
I don't know, but it's a beautiful, fruity voice that you tend to hear.
Really clear. There's real clarity to it, Paul.
But that comes at a price, and a price that we really couldn't match for a very small section of this show. So ours is a bit more shonky speak and spell machine from the 80s, but they have their own personality.
They're a big hit.
Whether it's a personality you like, let's find out. Good afternoon, chat. How are you?
Where have you been, Paul? I missed you.
Always
I'm
missed you.
sorry,
That's
chat.
nice, isn't it?
Yeah, I've been on holiday. I had a lovely time.
Why didn't you take me? I had my flip-flops ready.
Oh,
that's all right. I could have
you take chat, Paul?
Could have fitted him onto a mini iPad.
You could have taken it.
Could have taken him onto
South America. They'd have loved that.
He could have come. Yeah, he could have. Yeah, no, I'm sorry
on the
about
beach.
That. I mean,
sounds good for computers, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, I had a good stand-in though. Everything was fine.
Okay, yeah. And stand-in was good, wasn't he, chat?
I did not like that bloke off Soccer AM.
I didn't like the bloke off Soccer AM. Oh, that's a shame. Why was that?
Kept talking about a £6 peach and Trevor Nelson's microwave.
Yeah.
Who cares?
He has mentioned Trevor Nelson's microwave
Those two
before.
stories. Yeah.
I know Trevor Nelson's microwave. He says he has never met Max.
Never met Max.
Never met Max.
Wow.
Max is a liar.
Oh, blimey. That's a bit much, isn't it? Max is a liar. That's a bit strong, chat. That's a bit
too much.
Well, sorry, Max, if you're listening. I understand the £6 peach was a good story.
That's quite a good story.
I don't even know what it is, but I mean, I'll take it was a peach that cost £6.
Yeah.
Max is a liar.
Oh, okay. Well, get the idea. So you've been following the football chat, yeah?
Spurs emerging from the mud, Paul.
Well, that's nice. I certainly hope so, chat. Yeah.
Positive.
I see you scored 5 goals, but letting 7 is that good?
No, not really. You know it's not. Yeah.
We should not mock Tudor.
Oh, yeah.
Ha 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 ha.
Like you see what I mean?
Yes.
He's got a personality of his own.
Who do you love, chat?
Who do you love, chat? Yeah,
Anybody you love? Not.
Ha 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 ha.
Can't find the right button.
Find the button. No.
Anyway, let's get underway.
By the end of the feature,
let's get underway
find
with
the right button.
H&B versus Chat GPT. Chat will lead us off. Michelin versus Forest live on talkSPORT 2 this evening. The early kickoff, which has upset me a bit because ideally I wanted them flying back into Nottingham Airport about 5:30 in the morning.
Robin Hood.
Knackered. But I've got a feeling they'll get this done. Let's see what Chat thinks. Here we go, Chat.
Forest faces a mountain to climb in Denmark. Expect Forest to push early. 1-1 draw.
And that means they go out because they're 1-0 down from the first
really?
leg.
Yeah, mountain to climb. There we are, Paul.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't agree. I mean, look at how I watched them the other day, obviously, as a bit of research for our game next Sunday. And I know they've had, I think it's 101 chances and scored 1 goal in 6 games. But it's going to go in the end. They're hitting the bar. They're getting close. They're getting in good position.
Saving that for Sunday, I think.
I think they'll... Well, it could be wishful thinking. I want to go 2-1 on the night, and I think they'll probably win it in extra time. So I'll go 2-1 to Forest on 90 minutes. What say you, Charlie Baker?
I feel like they're going to get through this. I'm going to say 2-0. 2-0.
2-0?
Yeah, 2-0 tonight, yeah.
Okay, 2-0 to Forest. Okay, excellent. Well, there we are. talkSPORT listeners home in the car. We're going to hear from Kevin Day. He sent us a little postcard from Lanica.
Oh, lovely.
Friend of the show, a Price of Football podcast, and big Palace fan, has gone over to Lanica.
He's over there.
For the game. I think drink has been taken, so we didn't get him live on air.
No, sure.
That was his decision, not ours. I think it was a sensible one. But yeah, sent us a little postcard from Lanica. We'll hear that later.
Oh, good.
So what about this one, Chat? What do you think?
Crystal Palace technically are the superior side, but they are currently suffering from a severe drought in front of goal. Palace will win 1-0.
1-0 to Palace.
Drought in front of goal, except they scored 3 at Spurs the other day. Wow, we. Again, I think Palace. Yeah, I'm quite tempted on the 1-0. I'll go 2-1. I'll go 2-1 Palace. But I do think they'll go through.
Yeah, I think they'll want to go through. They've not got a lot. They're safe, really, aren't they? They're not going down.
No, they're fine.
They're fine, so they can really.
It's kind of fizzling out.
They should really go for it. Well, it's
Palace fans have had enough of sort of Glasner. Really,
hanging around, isn't it?
Like a sort of, yeah.
But look, they should try and win this trophy if they can. I'm going to say it's going to be 3-1 to Crystal Palace.
I love it.
Yeah,
Palace fans will love that.
Kevin Day will love that. Maybe
we'll keep you in touch with that one on talkSPORT. That's another early kickoff. And then on talkSPORT, we bring you Villa versus Lille this evening. And let's see what Chat makes of this. Chat.
Expect a cagey start, but as Lille begins to take risks in the second half, Villa's pace on the break should seal the tie. 2-0 Ville.
2-0. I think, for the reasons that Chat says there, I tend to agree. Ville. Or Elks. I tend to agree with Chat. I think maybe they'll go chasing it, Leo, if they go 1 behind and get caught on the break. I want to go 3-0 Villa.
3-0 Villa, okay.
Rupert will enjoy that, yep. And
they need to change some momentum, I think, Aston Villa. So, yeah, I'm going to say 3-1. 3-1.
Okay, there we are. On the basis that the producers found the right button now. Just before you go, Chat, tell us who you love.
I love the Beavers.
There it is.
Loves the Beavers. Hampton and Richmond Borough, of course.
Hockey F3. So thank you, Chat. We will catch up with you soon. That was H&B versus Chat GPT. We're going to chat to a Newcastle fan in a moment.
Yeah.
Donned his black armband. We're going to hear Adrian's take on what should have happened after that game. I was listening to him as the match ended, and he put that out there. And it's taken a bit of heat from the Newcastle fans for it.
I mean,
it's one of Adrian's rule of thumb. It's not a pop at Eddie Howe. It's a pop at managers who get a proper kicking like that over a high score. I've seen my team lose 7-2. It's not a lot of fun.
No fun.
And that was at home to Bayern Munich. So, or was it 7-1? I can't
believe it keeps going in, can you?
No, it is. It's quite.
Another one.
It's really humiliating.
Stop doing that.
Yeah, not a lot of fun. That was the the dying days of Maurizio Pochettino's reign. So, first time round. Gavin Webster, comedian and Newcastle fan, joins us to reflect on last night as he tries to pick up the pieces. We're here with Toolstation. You can explore the full range of garden power tools and top brands such as Karcher and Makita. Next stop, Toolstation.
How have they gone from Club World Cup champions to men against boys? Because that's what that was.
Well, some would argue that was a game where PSG were not the PSG of the cup final that they played 2 months earlier in the Champions League, or a slightly under-aroused PSG that might have not been as motivated by this tournament. Danny will have you believe that this is a meaningless tournament that has no merit in it whatsoever. So when you're comparing the efficacy of a World Club Championship against the deep-seated meaning and the orthodoxy of the Champions League, you might be comparing apples with oranges.
I think, to be fair to Chelsea, in isolation, this two-legged tie against PSG, for 65 minutes in the first leg, Chelsea were really good and competitive, yeah? And there wasn't that much between the two teams. The obvious lack of experience at centre-half and the problems at goalkeeper are evident, and Cara spoke about this on the night brilliantly. This has been coming. You know, they're not great defensively. They have moments where they can concede chance after chance. Some that's not been addressed for a while, since Thiago Silva's left. Now, 2 games against Arsenal they've lost, 2 games against PSG they've lost. There's a gap, no doubt. The disappointing thing, I think, is more so, and where the disgruntlement has come from a group of Chelsea fans, or some, is Leeds at home, draw. Burnley at home, draw. Newcastle at home, lose. That is a build-up of poor performances and bad discipline and sendings off.
Yeah.
And the question marks are inevitable. The question marks are inevitable when you have a run of form where you're not beating the likes of Leeds and Burnley at home and you're getting spanked by PSG.
So you say there's a gap. How big is the gap? And why is there still a gap? Because they're 4 years into this project.
France have just named their squad for the upcoming games, and you look at Randall Colomwani, who's got a very good header last night. He's had a pretty indifferent season, but hopefully he's coming good at the right time. He has made the squad, the Tottenham loanee. But look at their attackers, right? Yeah. Akliouche, who's getting a lot of attention from Premier League clubs. Cherki, Ousmane Dembele, Desiree Doué, Hugo Ekitike, as I said, Colomwani, Mbappe, Michael Elise, and Marcus Thuram.
Why are you reading it out?
Marcus,
just don't read it out. Yeah, but look at our attackers.
Yeah, no, I know that. No. I'm not saying we should be scared. I'm just saying that is a pretty mean lineup. Yeah, I mean, not quite as strong in every position, but interesting.
I think you're doing us down, Paul. I think we're going to win the World Cup, and you can't cope with it.
No, well, I'd love us to. It'd be brilliant. Newcastle's chance of winning the Champions League has gone for another year.
Yeah,
after defeat to Barcelona.
Yeah, quite a big defeat in the end, wasn't it?
I mean, honestly, if you're one of these people who likes a little sort of flutter now and again in running, I'm not sure you would have gone for 7-2. The signs weren't there. They were very much holding their own in the first half.
Barcelona played that such a high line. That was, and you think, how do you defend against that if they're just going to keep doing it?
I know.
Because they pull you out to try and do it as well, but you're not as good at it. So I've no idea how you defend against it.
As you go chasing the game and you know you've lost, you know you are going to leave yourself open. But that wasn't enough for our own Adrian Durham. And he said this in the aftermath of the game. He had a bit of a hot take on the Newcastle manager.
Should questions be asked? Because Newcastle are in mid-table. Their season is effectively over. They're not going to make Champions League football next season. They're not winning a trophy. And let me just say this. First of all, there's two things, right? He should offer his resignation. Doesn't mean it has to be accepted. If the board think that he's still doing a great job, then fine, keep him in place. And I've got no problem with that. And I actually think Eddie Howe is probably the next England manager. I've got a lot of love for him because he's won a trophy at Newcastle. It's an incredible legacy to have. After all those years without silverware, he's the man who brought a trophy to St. James Park. And any wonder the fans love him and don't want to let go of him. I get that emotional side of it. But this is an absolute battering.
Well, let's see what Newcastle fan comedian Gavin Webster makes of that. Hi, Gavin.
Hey, Gavin.
Hello, lads.
So do you think Eddie should tender his resignation today?
Come on.
No. I mean, you know, that's the short answer, obviously. But I mean, you want me to give more meat on the bone, but why? Why would he do that?
Well,
I think Adrian thinks that if someone's been on the end of an absolute drubbing,
you don't you just do it as a matter of course.
A Premier League manager should be able to defend against a team so much you don't let in.
It's like a matter of honour.
Yeah,
it's like
well, like having the cutlery in the wrong way, like you're passing the pork the wrong side or something. You just go, I must go outside and shoot myself.
It's a touch of that, but not that, obviously. But you just wouldn't. I mean, I'm sure you watched it all unfold, Gavin. You wouldn't have put your money on that scoreline, would you? It was a bit of a shocker the way it all unravelled.
It was like them boxing matches, you know, like back in the day, like Thomas Hearns and Sugar Ray Leonard. Like it was just going to be explosive, and one of them was going to, you know, they were giving it everything, both sides, and one of them was going to go out like a light. And I even thought, maybe this is just the fan in me, like I thought when we were 4-2 down, even 5-2 down, I thought we might still get this back. But you know, that's just perhaps being a bit biased.
Yeah, it's been a strange season though for you, isn't it? I said this the other day. You've never quite recovered from losing Isak, and that was in the summer. You know, and so,
that was our goose was cooked then. Really, I'd say.
That's been quite a long time ago, isn't it? Should have had enough time now to sort of get people in. I know you got Wissa and Voltemada, and they've not quite hit the ground running, have they? So it's difficult to replace Isak and his goals, but I feel like they've got to get over it now.
Yeah, in retrospect, they were probably we got replacements in when we didn't really need replacements. I think it was because this dragged on throughout the summer, and then maybe pressure from the fans, which I don't think there was any, but I think people anticipate that there may be pressure from the fans, and they say, well, we must get some replacements in, and perhaps we should have waited, maybe. But it's easy to say that in retrospect, though, isn't it?
I mean, defensively, there were some bad moments for Newcastle last night. You wouldn't want to take that into the Premier League, although There are a few. There's only a handful of teams in the Premier League who would expose that as ruthlessly as Barcelona did last night. But that would be a concern for Eddie Howe. I think the nature of some of the goals, because they were pretty poor errors by the defenders.
Well, I think you've hit the nail on the head there, Paul. Because the thing is, like, I think the way Newcastle play is the best form of defence is attack. You see with this big high press that a lot of teams don't get the chance to cut them open, and they were exposed there by a very good side. You can't really argue with that. And you know, sometimes I feel that we push on. Perhaps too much, and then we're exposed with this, you know, that classic third man run, and people just running from deep and cutting us wide open as a result of that. It's just one of them things. They're a great side. What can you say?
Yeah. Are you feeling like humiliation is the way? Are you feeling humiliated today, Gav, or not? Or are you just? I mean, no.
Honestly, I've seen us lose to Stevenage, Oxford. I've seen us lose to Wrexham. God, you know, when I first started supporting Newcastle in the late 70s, you got relegated and got dumped out of the cup by Wrexham, and it puts it all in perspective when you see the teams we've lost against down the years. Honestly,
I think that is a much needed perspective for some of maybe the nouveau Newcastle fans. Those like you have seen them. In the bad old days, you know, losing to Barcelona, having the opportunity to get cuffed by Barcelona is a bonus in some ways.
It's what you dreamt of, being beaten 7-2 by Barcelona.
As I said, I've seen my team have 7 put past them, and that was at home, so it really isn't. It isn't a pleasant thing. You have a new,
what are you up to?
You have a new podcast, Gavin, don't you?
I do, yes. I've got a podcast. I've been doing it for about a little bit over a year now, called Bazooka.
Bazooka,
and it's Bazooka. And it's topical satire of what's going on in Westminster, but done from a box room in North Tyneside, where I'm speaking to you now.
Okay, yeah.
It's a good word in a Geordie accent, isn't it? It seems to. What is it? A Geordie? Is it a Geordieism? Is it a word that gets used a lot up there then?
No, I think it was. Was it not invented by the Americans when they were in the Second World War?
It just seems quite random for a Newcastle fan.
Bazooka Joe, you imagine it?
The bubble gum,
sea
monkeys,
bazooka, wasn't it? Yeah,
that's right. Yeah,
but Bubble Gum, Adamant's first band, wasn't it?
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Gav's got history for this though. There's not a comedian on the circuit who won't say "here, dear" in the same way. Which is from which of your jokes? Is it your panda joke, Gav? Or
that's right. That's right.
In the here, dear. And so whenever you say heyday now, you can only say it in the style of Gavin Webster.
I'm now going to say, I don't often have to use the word bazooka, but I will say bazooka. It's so much better. It's like a lot of words, much better in a Geordie accent. Cheers, Gav. What else are you up to? Your gig while you're still gigging out and about, are you?
Yeah, I'm still on the circuit. Be going to the Edinburgh Fringe this year, should imagine, and they're just generally gigging like
excellent.
The other comics.
Good to talk to you, and keep your chin up.
Yeah,
it sounds like you're being very stoic and chilled about the whole thing, very zen. So
absolutely.
Yeah. Cheers, Gavin. Thank you.
Gav.
Cheers, lads. Thank you.
Gavin Webster, comedian, Newcastle United fan after that performance, and as he said, you know, he's
seen him being busted.
As Kevin Keegan said, you know, these fans are thick and thin, they're mainly thin, and it was a period up with Newcastle where it was a lot of thin. Yeah. So, and if you're a veteran of that, then maybe there is a bit of perspective on that defeat. But there we are.
There must be a moment when you're a player and you're 5-2 down, or
you don't need to get.
I've got, you know.
When you're in the new camp, they're all over you like a motorcycle display team. There's players running from every direction. They're all like they're all 18 and really keen, all been on the Sunny D. It's like the last 5 minutes at a kid's party. Yeah. And old man Lewandowski's come to pick them up in the minibus to take them all home. And he'll score a couple of goals while
I'll have a kick around while I'm here.
Come on, Dad. No, I'm not. I don't play anymore. No, come on, Dad. Have a kick of it. All right.
I'll swing it in then. Ooh, shove that.
Get out of the way, Malik Chow. I'll have that. It's fine. I'll have another goal. Anyway, that's not what happened. So, Will Volk's going to join us from chat. Oxford United, things picking up. They're looking to get out the bottom three. They're dragging a little run of results, dragging other teams.
Blackburn in, dragging West Brom
Pompey.
Yeah, Pompey in, all sorts.
Yeah, it's interesting. Jadon Nicarima's going to join us next at Bradford Bulls. Well, he hasn't played for him yet. I think he's going to play tomorrow in his first game. Man who's played NRL, of course, and has played over here. We got Super League for you tomorrow night. I'll tell you the game we've got and have a chat with Jade. And then, as we said, Will Volk's join us. We'll have a birthday spread. And we're going to enter the world of small hall boxing, which is a tough old hand-to-mouth world, of course, with all the big glamour fights in stadiums and Riyadh season. There's guys out there promoting small hall events all over the country and making sure, fighters are out there and getting
Bread and
exposure.
butter.
It certainly is. It's very important. So it doesn't get talked about enough, and we'll put that right a little bit later on.
How do you feel that Jamie's wearing your mask? How do you feel about that?
I can't even see him. I can't see him.
I haven't got the mask on. I haven't got the mask on.
Fully got
I
it
can't
on.
see it.
Breathing in there, the lot.
Do you know what? All I can say is I wish I had the mask on now.
To be fair, you look like Ange.
It's just who we are, mate.
Your team play like
Seriously, though, mate.
Is this it? Can we end it now?
mate. You've turned into a meme club. You are.
Can
You're
we
a
end
meme
this
club.
interview now?
No.
Hold on. Say that again.
You've turned into a meme football club.
I remember. I mean, the last week, I don't think I've ever known a week like it, right? So you go back to Wednesday of last week and 74 minutes on the clock, and you think about what's happened. Conceded 5 goals in 30 minutes.
Slap.
Jesus Christ. Listen,
has anyone seen Candy? Dennis Wise?
Right, okay, hold on.
Solar.
Yeah, hold on.
Listen, who's that?
No, leave it, man. Leave it. No, leave it. No, I'm doing it. No.
But did you think you would come from 3-0 down? Did he think he'd come from 3-0 down?
He was confident. It was encouraging signs, he said.
Are you
Encouraging signs.
PSG?
I'm a United fan.
He's a bloody United fan.
Hey!
Don't swear.
Come on, boys. Listen, at the end of the day.
Hold on, who are you playing in the Champions League?
No, listen. Who's going to play next year? Who's going to play next year?
Champions League. I'm getting sick of United fans.
Liverpool's Champions League winning midfielder Didi Hamann says it's far from certain Arne Slot remains at Anfield next season.
I don't think we found out an awful lot about Liverpool yesterday. We know on their day they can be as good as anyone, but they played against a desperate team yesterday. It was truly dreadful what Galatasaray.
Arne Slot's looking forward to Liverpool's quarter-final rematch with PSG. Two teams, Slot says, play football in the right way. Well, Simon Jordan's asking, why build up PSG as a bogeyman?
There's no need to start building in how good PSG are, what they are and what they're not. Who cares? How good are you and what do you do? And there's no need to build in the fact that you're playing Brighton on Saturday at 12:30, because, by the way, Brighton haven't got the same sort of squad as you got.
Liverpool's trip to Brighton is, of course, live on talkSPORT this Saturday lunchtime. Meanwhile, Spurs' relegation six-pointer at home to Forest has been called a World Cup final. Here's former Spurs midfielder Gus Poyet on Tudor's challenge.
You have your first win yesterday, but you're out. So I don't know how the players will take it. If they take it in a positive manner, great for Sunday. If they take it that they lost because they're out, who knows if it's good or bad.
And the war in the Middle East could have an impact on the English cricket season. There's a problem getting Duke's balls stitched in South Asia over to the UK, and counties are starting the season with half their usual amount. There's more at talksport.com.
Good afternoon, Paul Hawksbee and Charlie Baker here on talkSPORT. That music, of course, signals our Super League chat. Super League up over the next few days. And we've got live Super League for you this evening on talkSPORT 2. We've got, is that right? I think we have, haven't we? Yeah, Wigan Warriors versus newly promoted York Knights. Wigan high-flying at the moment. Another newly promoted side can finally welcome one of their new signings from the start of the season, Jaden Nicarima, who joins us now. Hi, Jaden.
Hey, Jaden.
Hey, mate. How you going?
Yeah, good. You've had a bit of a frustrating start to life at Bulls, haven't you? Picked up an injury quite early on, but you're back tomorrow. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. A bit of an old man's injury. The old calf went the last session of preseason. So, yeah, it's a bit of a tough slog, but I'm looking forward to getting out there.
That must be a horrible feeling because you want to get out there and play for your new club, and obviously you're a big star signing for them, newly promoted and all that, wanting to make a good start, and then you hear that sound. I mean, I've done it. I'm sure Charlie has as well. You hear that sort of rip, and you think, oh no,
gone.
That's 6 weeks.
Yeah, well, I think for me, I just felt old instantly when it happened. I've been feeling pretty youthful and feeling pretty lucky, but yeah, as soon as it went, it's quite devastating because it was the first week of the Challenge Cup, and obviously being a new signing, you want to get off to a good start, which the boys have, but individually, I wanted to get off to a good start. So it wasn't to be, but looking forward to this next block of games, especially tomorrow night, Huddersfield.
Yeah, it's say fifth in Super League. It's very early days, but as you said, a good start, and you've been watching it all unfold. What have you made of it? So what have you made of what you've seen from the league so far?
I think the league's been pretty exciting. I'm quite nervous, if I'm to be honest. I feel like I'm going to be a bit underdone. Game's a bit fast, but it's exciting, especially for a player like myself. There seems to be a lot more space, a lot more speed around the ruck. So I'm looking forward to that. And then in terms of our boys' start, I feel like they've been unreal, especially coming up from champ. Some of them, they've adapted well, and I think the best thing for us has been we've had 2 games at home, really good crowd. So hopefully tomorrow night we had another good crowd and another good win.
When you came over from NRL, did you initially to play for Catalans, did you feel there was a big difference? Did you feel a real drop off in Super League, and have you seen that change in your time you've been here?
To be honest, I think I only got a few games in the NRL, so probably not one to ask, but I think physically it's the same. I just think maybe the skill and the speed of the game probably wasn't at the NRL level, but I think now the way the game's going, the talent that's coming over, and then being able to open up the quotas to 10, I think the game's evolving. The young English players are definitely evolving too. So, yeah, I think it's good for the game.
And the Bradford Bulls, they were your dad's favourite Super League.
A great old club that sort of fell on hard times, but are now back.
So the move must have had some personal significance there as well.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't have any say in my signing, but it was definitely buzzing when I told him that I'd signed with the Bradford Bulls, and he's been trying to get over, to be fair, from Australia, but with all the stuff going on in the world, he's not been able to come over yet. So, but yeah, no, he was buzzing when I signed with Bradford.
Huddersfield had a tough start. They've had a lot of injuries and they've had to draft some players in. So look, it won't be easy. They've got to get some points on the board. So it's likely to be a tough game, I would think.
Yeah, we're preparing for a tough game. They've obviously had a rough start, but I feel like teams like this, they play with nothing to lose, and it can be a pretty dangerous game. So yeah, we're preparing for a tough side. They've obviously brought in some young players from Leeds who bring a lot of energy to a side that's a bit down at the moment. So I feel like they'll come good, and I think the first 20 minutes will probably decide the game.
And there's tomorrow night as well. There's going to be a Guinness World Record attempt.
Yeah.
Otley Dance School, 1,500 performers they're going to have.
Amazing.
From Otley's Inspirations Dance will be showing off their talents at the ground in front of the crowd there, and looking to with DJ Sigala. And they're going to go for a Guinness World Record attempt.
Are you dancing in this, Jaden?
You don't. You can't.
The bad calf.
No,
not the
go
pop
in the
calf.
dance. That wouldn't be a good idea, would it? Really?
Well, I got a few good dance moves. I might jump in. Actually, that Sigala plays some bangers.
Can't be in a kick line with a bad calf.
Yeah.
No. That sounds like a lot of fun.
So, look, good to talk to you. Enjoy your debut now it's here, and I'm sure we'll catch up later in the season. Thank you, Jaden. All the best.
Thanks, Jaden.
Thanks, mate. Up the Bulls.
Up the Bulls, yes.
The Bulls there. Jaden Nickerima there. Bradford Bulls making his debut against Huddersfield.
Is it still Bradford Park Avenue they play it? No, where do they
Oddsall.
Oddsall, sorry, that's all. Oddsall, yeah. Great stadium.
Wigan Warriors versus York Knights. I say York have done they had that big win opening day of the season, didn't they? Against
all the promoted teams have done well. They've brought a different energy to it.
Craig Murdoch and Paul Cook, your commentary team for Wigan York this evening on talkSPORT 2 at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Now it's time for this.
Weekend preview on talkSPORT with Paddy Power. For more racing tips, check out their podcast, From the Horse's Mouth, with Ruby Walsh and our own Paddy Power. The podcast for racing fans, by racing fans. T's and C's apply. 18+, begambleaware.org.
Yes, time to talk racing now. Here's Ryan McHugh from Paddy Power of all the latest news and odds. Good afternoon, Ryan.
Hey, Ryan.
Yeah, good afternoon, lads. Hope you're keeping well.
Yeah, not too bad. Yes, a bit after the Lord Mayor's show. I don't know, after Cheltenham. I'm sure we've still got some good racing to come. Tell us.
He's had a good week.
Yeah, the action continues, lads. Newbury, Kelso and Bangor is our port of call this Saturday. Starting with Newbury, the 150 is a novice's handicap hurdle. Grand Vendetta is very unexposed, and one I thought that the handicapper would have found hard to judge based off just only 2 runs in its career. So I thought that was the one to be winning that 150 at Newbury. Is around a 15-2 chance for ourselves. 225 race Twin Jets, also trained by Paul Nicholls, might be suited by the jockey Jay Tibdall, taking off a valuable £5. And he might be able to run prominently this time. He got taken on for the lead when he was disappointed last time, but he was a course and distance winner earlier in the season, so he may be able to recapture some of that form to see him go closer to that. Moving on to the 3 o'clock race, a race in which we're paying an extra place in. Strong Run is a mare that I find hard to keep out of the places. We're paying 5 places in Paddy Power each way bets in this. She has some graded form in bumpers last season, made a solid start to her hurdling career this season with a win and 2 placed efforts. A handicap mark of 116 I thought was well within her reach, so around 5-1. She'd be probably my strongest fancy on Saturday. And to finish over at Kelso, there's some very competitive action up there. The 130 is another extra place from ourselves. So with that in mind, I thought Rock DJ down towards the bottom of the weights, making just his second start in handicap company. He showed much more improvement in the form he showed previous last time at Ayr. So around 9-1, I thought quality much this weekend. Still is some very competitive action.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Ryan.
Yeah.
That's Ryan McHugh there from Paddy.
That last horse sounded an absolute dead cert as well.
It did. That was the one that comes in we didn't quite get. 9-1. And remember, if you want to keep up with all the latest racing news, Paddy Powers from the Horse's Mouth podcast is available every week, and you can download the latest episode from your usual podcast provider now. 18+, begambleaware.org. We'll be joined by Will Vaux of Oxford United, resurgent at the moment after a good run of results at the bottom of the championship. He'll be with us next.
Weekend preview on talkSPORT with Paddy Power. For more racing tips, check out their podcast, From the Horse's Mouth, with Ruby Walsh and our own Paddy Power. The podcast for racing fans, by racing fans. T's and C's apply. 18+, begambleaware.org.
Monday is getting it tonight. A shocking week for the Chelsea.
What do you mean?
Pumped. They got slapped by PSG.
What do you mean?
Got slapped by Newcastle. And then got slapped with a transfer ban.
What do you mean?
It's been a slapping week. Slap, 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 slap. Chelsea, slap. Get your calls in, you want to have your say. 03 717 22 33 44.
Do you know what's amazing? Before the game, it wasn't me. We had a meeting with the referee. My assistant goes in. The first thing he talks about is our huddle.
Chelsea 0, Newcastle 1. It's just one straight long pass through the middle. It really is awful defending from Chelsea. And when Murphy lays the ball off, there is Anthony Gordon literally to walk the ball home.
My players made a decision that they wanted to be around the ball, to respect the ball.
What signs have you seen?
I've seen signs.
What signs?
Encouraging signs.
What's happening?
Hello, mate.
How are you?
I'm all right. I've had better weeks.
Yeah? What happened?
Not gonna lie.
What happened?
Do you know when you know things are bad? Is where Spurs pick up a point and got beat by 5-2 in the middle.
Don't worry about me, mate.
And you lot have had a better week than Chelsea.
Don't worry about us. What happened at Chelsea,
That's
mate?
when you know things are bad.
What's happened?
You know, so it happens, mate. Bad weeks happen.
No.
That's a bad week.
Hawksbee, Charlie Baker here on talkSPORT. We've been joined in the studio by the Oxford United midfielder Will Volks. Good afternoon, Will.
Hello, Will.
We're going to come on to the football a little bit later on. You're very heavily involved in Oxford United's Can We Talk campaign. I mean, you've got a sort of tragic personal story, really, that links into this. Tell us more, Will.
Yeah, so when I was 12, my granddad Tom died by suicide. And then, yeah, tragically, less than 18 months later, my mum's dad, so my granddad Howell, he also took his own life. So I've got a lot of experience in my family with suicide.
That's tough. So when you were first told about it, I know you'd sort of worked with other charities as well, but when this initiative came up with Oxford United, obviously you could bring an awful lot to bear to that because you've lived it.
Yeah, I have, and we kind of had, it was coming up to World Mental Health Week. We have obviously Joey Beesham, who's Oxford's best ever player, took his own life. We had a young fan called Jack Badger, who had taken his life the week before. And myself and Ryan from the club kind of got heads together what we could do for Mental Health Awareness Week. I was already an ambassador for the Baton of Hope charity, which is a suicide prevention charity. And it just felt right. The club had been touched by it, and it was tragic, but we need to use these things for hope, which is the name of the charity, but it's true.
Yeah.
And the 3 stories, we decided to start the campaign, Can We Talk, to show that talking about a really hard subject for us, if we can, and hopefully others can talk and open up and then prevent suicides. That's the aim of all of this. Is to prevent.
I mean, you can tell people, of course, about the devastating effects it had on just one part of your family, but both parts of the family, and the long-lasting effect of that and all the feelings that come from it. It's not, I mean, you're losing someone in horribly tragic circumstances, but then after that, everybody who's left is trying to pick up the pieces, I guess.
Yeah, that's the main thing. It's a different grief. When you lose someone to suicide, the consequences after that, they last forever, really. They'll last in my family forever. We've got to a point now we can have happy Christmases and talk about our grandfathers, with smiles on our faces, but there's still always going to be that overriding feeling of they should have been here for longer. And, I won't go into too much depth today, but yeah, the consequences were really bad. My grandma ended up having a mental health breakdown due to her husband dying. My mum really, really struggled for years. And obviously us as kids, we saw all that unravelling, and really grateful for my family as well, I have to say, to allow me to tell this story, because it's very sensitive and it's close to us, but they know it's having a positive impact. And I just hope if I can show as a footballer that I can talk and be vulnerable, because this isn't easy.
No, of course.
Then, other people will listen and go, actually, I need a bit of help here. I can feel myself struggling with my mental health, because suicide is the end result of poor mental health.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just going to say that, this is the thing, this is all about suicide prevention, isn't it? Getting people just, for whatever reason, to say that, I won't go down that path. I can kind of step back from that. Look, when people are in that sort of situation, it's difficult. But I mean, what sort of things you've been doing practically with the club? Yeah,
so this is the main thing. So obviously being a footballer, I was given a voice to talk a lot quicker than some people, rightly or wrongly, but I hope to use mine positively. And it's not just about me telling my story, it's about actual change. And we need action, and that's in football and in society. So we have, through the charity, suicide prevention training. So actual something you can do to help prevent people take their own lives. Okay. It takes 40 minutes online. And I was very grateful for FIFA Pro. I was fortunate enough to win an award with FIFA Pro. They gifted me some money, and that's what paid for the workshop at the club. And off the back of that, everybody in that room, and actually more, can do that training for free. So we need people to take it seriously, and that involves going into workplaces, football clubs. They need to take this seriously. I know the money in football, and I have to come on these things and speak quite firmly. Football should be taking this seriously. You got young players under massive pressure, given money out of nowhere, and money doesn't solve problems. We've found that through this work, let me tell you that. And they need to be bringing the pledge into football clubs for a nominal amount of money. I'm talking a small amount.
Considering the amount of money that football generates.
And you've brought in a check-in app with Oxford United. They've been first to take it on. Tell us about the app, Will.
Yeah, the app is honestly groundbreaking. So this app you answer some simple questions. I have it as well. Answer it once every 2 weeks. Answer some simple questions, on a scale. And in the background, the app runs a really clever algorithm that tells how that person is. If it pops up the person's in crisis, which happens, that phone will immediately be rang by their associated person. So their safeguarding lead or the charity can do it. So immediately the phone will go and say, Will's in trouble, it's crisis. Then they ring me, Will, what's going on? I've noticed on your app that you're struggling. And then obviously it's signposting, finding the right things. And that is saving lives. We've got it at the club, and obviously confidentiality, but it's doing work at the club. And it's for me, I wanted to take a leap into this world and speak about it freely, but I want to bring them numbers down. That's why we do it. And this app is going to bring numbers down.
That 40-minute workshop you talked about, that idea. So what sort of things do you cover? I suppose it's looking out for signs. I suppose that's not an easy thing. The right things, the wrong things to say, the right way to approach people that you feel are in real crisis. Is that sort of stuff you do?
Yeah, so what I actually do is I've been going into schools locally and talking to the sixth form and 16 and above, because trying to explain really how football is so relatable to life. So if you go through my career, you could just put the initial stats up, and I've had a decent career, not some of the guests you get on here, but I've had a decent career, and you can just look at the stats and go, oh, that's good. But I go into it in depth and talk about the lows, the highs, the abuse I was getting off fans, the financial stuff, all of these things, trying to explain to kids, seeing that it's not as simple as you just appear as a footballer. But then actually how you relate that to life. Life has really bad moments and dark moments and hard moments, but it's about building resilience. So to build that, for me, you need support, skills and connections. They're the three things you need. But the actual training itself will teach you the questions to ask, which actually is to be direct. That's really important. To be direct to people. Ask people how they are, but then ask them again. So not just go, "How are you?" and you go, "Yeah, good," and I go, "Oh, good, yeah," and then we just leave it. No, really, how are you? It's proven over research that helps. And having real conversations in the stands, take a minute from abusing my first touch and talk to each other properly. As blokes, ask him what's been going on recently.
So how can people find out more about what you're doing?
So the Baton of Hope is the charity. Obviously through Oxford United, I want every football club to do this. I'm going into more. I'm going into Sheffield Wednesday through some funding.
And is the response been good at the clubs?
It's been good. And I get a lot of people going, "That's great, what you're doing."
Yeah.
Do it then.
Yeah.
Because you can do it
Right.
for a small amount of money.
So the clubs are sort of, you kind of sense they're sort of paying lip service to it, but they're not actually getting on and doing it. And you're kind of giving them the blueprint to do it, or Oxford United have done it.
Yeah, we have the blueprint ready to go.
Yeah, exactly.
So, Sheffield Wednesday are an administration club close to my heart. And I'm really thankful to the PFA for giving me the money to take it in there. That club needs it. But every club needs it and every player needs it. And
it feels the sort of thing the FA or the Premier League should get involved with, fund, and that should come down the pyramid.
Yeah, that's the dream.
Yeah.
And for the money we were talking, and I've been a footballer my whole life, and I know the money in the game. I'm not daft. The money players get earned, great. The sponsorships, $5,000 the club can have. They're psychologically safe building for their players and their staff. It's a no-brainer.
Absolutely. The Baton of Hope.org is the charity, and I'm sure you'll see more on the Oxford United website as well. It feels kind of after talk football now, but we will,
no, you're all good.
We will very briefly. You are in the bottom three, but only just. You've dragged a few more teams in the last month, haven't you? Really, couple of good results. It's Charlie's sort of local club.
Yeah, they're coming good.
So what's been the turnaround?
They want to play Spurs, Paul. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, thanks. I saw a Millwall fan earlier on cab driving. I hope he's listening now, but he said to me, "It's great, isn't it? We look like we're going to go up, and then Tottenham and West Ham come down." Last thing we wanted. But yeah, you're making a fight of it, aren't you?
Yeah, that's all we got, just a picture of the Spurs stadium. Motivation. We have. And you know what? It's the best game in the world, isn't it? But it's all about momentum, and out of nowhere something just clicks and then you win a game and you go, okay. And then the confidence builds, and psychology is so important in sports performance. The building feels in a really good place. Obviously, manager's been in for a little while now, and the lads look, they got a bit of spring, a bit of confidence. That's what you need, and it's hard to build that when you're struggling, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, I've been in this situation before. We've got 8 games to go. There will be some more lows along the way, but hopefully, we can do it, and it'd be great for Oxford to be in the Championship another year and start to build and progress, which is what the long-term plan.
We'll get to that new stadium in the Championship.
Yeah, excellent. Well, look, good to see you, Will. More power to you. Keep doing what you're doing, and hopefully there's some clubs listening today that will stop talking about it and then sort of get on and do what you're hoping for. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Will.
Thanks,
really impressive. Thank you very much.
United. Still to come this afternoon, we enter the world of small hall boxing, which is pretty hand to mouth generally, but the lifeblood of boxing in this country. Mark Nielson is a promoter. He'll be joining us to tell us more about that, and we'll have a birthday spread. That's all coming up in the final hour.
Chelsea handed a suspended transfer ban and fined £10.75 million after secret payments to players and unlicensed agents helped facilitate transfer deals in the Abramovich era. So many people are suggesting here this morning that Chelsea have in their own eyes, got off with one. Of course, Stefan is with us, and in his words, Stefan, you have said you feel the punishment handed to Chelsea is extremely lenient. But Simon, can I put this to you? How isolated do you think this was? Illicit payments to players and agents to facilitate transfers. Was this just Chelsea?
I would doubt it. My nose tells me that it's not necessarily an industry standard practice, but notwithstanding that, I still think there's lots of people that operate in certain ways within football that I've seen and been privy to. And my nose tells me that it wouldn't be just isolated to Chelsea. I mean, the reaction to it, if I was in football now and it was my Crystal Palace had been, I remember getting promoted to the Premier League and being summoned to a meeting by Philip French, the head of comms, and Richard Scudamore to advise me how they expected me to behave in the Premier League, which I told them to blow them out their arse. So I would have probably been full of outrage at the same time as a balanced commercial mind, knowing that the big six are in part the value in the Premier League. So the balance between this outrage about their inappropriate behaviour would also be in the commercial reality of the value that they add to the league. So, you know, I'd have a bit of both in my mind. But listen, inherently, the liabilities to operate in a certain way have to be governed and be enforced by those that are in positions of influence.
Talk Sport.
Good afternoon with your sports headlines. I'm Will Hobbs. Well, after Enzo Fernandez said we'll see when asked about whether he'll stay at Chelsea next season, Liam Rosenior says he's had a word.
He made it really, really clear to me how happy he is here at this club, how much he wants to win, how passionate he is for us to be successful. And he also said that in translation and in emotion, things get misconstrued in what he said. He's fully committed to this group. He's fully committed to win here at this football club.
Elsewhere, the referee chiefs of Europe's top leagues have been summoned to the UEFA headmaster's office for a reset meeting about VAR. Roberto Rossetti, the head of UEFA's referees, says we've forgotten the reason why VAR was introduced and thinks it's interfering too much. The meeting will take place after the World Cup. Meanwhile, is Arne Slot's job still in the balance despite a quarter-final place in the Champions League?
You have to judge the season on its whole.
Yeah.
And if at the end of the season you've got knocked out in the quarterfinals of the Champions League by PSG and you don't finish inside the top 5 of the Premier League, what do you think Liverpool fans will think of that?
The Iranian Football Federation, meanwhile, says they have no intention of pulling out of the World Cup, but they will boycott America. That's despite all 3 of Iran's group games having been scheduled there. Igor Tudor has been charged by the FA after comments he made about the referee Thomas Bramall following defeat at Fulham. Tudor accused Bramall of being a home referee. And could we see Anthony Joshua in the ring again soon? Here's the CEO of Matchroom, Frank Smith.
I think that him fighting in the summer is hopefully what we're working towards, but it's very different him training as he has been and going back into a proper full-on camp, and I think that's what we have to see over the next few weeks, how he gets back into those full camps, those training sessions. The Fury fight is the one everyone wants.
There's more as ever on talksport.com.
talkSPORT News.
The COVID inquiries found the NHS only just coped, and the US Defence Secretary reckons Europe is ungrateful and should be thanking President Trump amid the conflict with Iran. Emma has more at 5:30.
talkSPORT weather with QuickFit. Keep spring journeys safe. Visit your local centre or quickfit.com to book your tyres, MOTs and servicing so you can drive away happy every time.
Temperatures still above average, slightly down on yesterday. Some drizzle in the north of England and Scotland, but sunny and dry for most of us.
Good afternoon, Paul Hawksbee. Charlie Baker here on talkSPORT in the final hour of the show. As we said, we enter the world of small hall boxing. We got some boxing for you this weekend on the talkSPORT Boxing YouTube channel. I think from the York Hall, one of the great venues of
classic that small hall venue,
British
isn't
boxing.
it? Yeah.
And
Ever been, Paul?
Yeah, I've been. Yeah. I saw
Good
it.
night out.
Yeah, I've been a couple of times. Actually, it is a great venue. It's a good atmosphere in there. Yeah, you're kind of aware of the history, really, of the place. Mark Nielson's going to join us, CEO of Nielson Boxing, and tell us more about that world and how it probably differs from big Enormodome fights around the world. and the birthday spread. I've not played the birthday spread for a number of weeks. I'm a bit rusty. How did you fare in my? Who did you take on?
Thrashed Max.
Well, Max is the worst player in the world.
Danny beat me. Danny always wins.
Danny. Danny's. Yeah, he just knows.
He's just good at it.
Yeah. So he beat you.
He beat me, and then I beat Max.
How did you take it when Danny beat you? Did you
just let it happen?
Okay.
Just knew it was going to happen, Paul. So it's
right.
I'm always, just very
quite relaxed about it. Win or lose.
Like, I enjoy the game.
Yeah, I noticed that.
That's what it is. I just take it. I'm very calm
you're
with
very
it.
Level and very calm.
I don't call anyone out for cheating or anything like that. I just let it happen.
That's why people like you, Charlie. Now, one of the games this evening sees Crystal Palace over in Lanica.
Oh, yeah.
And I saw a friend of the show, Kevin Day, comedian and author, Price's Football Podcast co-host with Kieran Maguire, was over there. He'd gone over.
Okay.
To Lanica.
It's Cyprus, is it? Lanica?
Basically, it's like he's having a sort of he's having a sort of holiday.
Lovely.
Isn't he, in Cyprus, yeah.
Why not? He fell down the stairs, didn't he? So, he needs a holiday.
That's right. I think he's not 100% because I think he was saying his back was killing him while he was over there. So he did have a nasty accident. But it looks like he's getting through it, anaesthetising himself with Keo. So we couldn't get him on live. Because when we phoned him, is it 2 hours on at the moment, that part of the world?
No idea.
When we phoned him earlier on, he said, I've got to be honest, I've had a couple already. I think it was about 8:30. No, it wasn't that early. But anyway, he said, I'll do you a little postcard from Larnaca.
Oh, what a nice idea.
Said, that's nice. That's very nice, Kev. So this is the way the Palace fans are currently feeling. Those who have ventured over to Larnaca for tonight's game, which we'll keep you in touch with here on talkSPORT.
Yes, hello, Kevin here in sunny Lanica, only it's not sunny, it's freezing cold, the wind is coming in sideways and it's really windy. It's like Thornton Heath on a Sunday morning and I love it, I'm so excited. It's the first time I've got to see Palace play away in Europe. I've got the Mediterranean in front of me, which is meant to be a beautiful blue. It's a kind of, I can't describe, sort of angry gunmetal colour. There's a rusty old anchor on the horizon, which is a lovely inadvertent bit of poetry. And just behind me, there's a pub called The Meeting, which is full of slightly hungover Palace fans who are probably slightly embarrassed about some of the terrible songs we were singing. We've been consoling ourselves with the fact that it's 12:05 in local time, and we're sure it's probably part of the tradition around here that you have your first pint of lager. I can't actually see any local people having their first pint of lager at this time, but it's certainly one of the happiest days of this pub owner's life, I have to say. That it's a beautiful town. It's just so exciting to be here. I understand where you are. It's hot. I mean, it's always hot where you two are together, of course, obviously, but I hope you're enjoying the sunshine. And we'll see you when we get back. So, up the Palace. Bye-bye.
Oh, it's nice to hear, Kevin.
Yeah.
From Arnica to Larnaca. That's his journey.
That's the book, is it? Fantastic. Yeah. Well, enjoy. Okay, Kevin.
Yeah,
all the
nice
Palace
time.
fans, if any of them are listening from over there,
it's not
have
a
a good
nicer
night.
than when you're in, just somewhere for a couple of days and you've got time for a few drinks.
And it's an interesting game.
Sit down.
It's still alive, that one, isn't it? So
Yes.
it should be. We'll keep you in touch with it as
I
we
think it's all they've got. Palace, they need to, if Glasner wants to take any sort of pride out of this last year, he needs to do something, doesn't he?
It's sort of treading water a bit at the moment, isn't it?
Very much.
So this could be key. So Villa Lille is out.
Yeah.
Villa Lille's our feature game tonight, 8:00 on talkSPORT. Before that, though, huge game for Forest. They've taken on Michelin tonight, and that's on talkSPORT too. That's the 6:15 kickoff. So 2 live games of football for you this evening, and you can react in the sports bar, of course.
Very nice.
And the Drive Boys will keep you in touch with it as well.
Yeah. Torquay have got a new manager today, Paul.
I saw that.
Announced today.
With a great heritage.
Announced today. We let our manager go about 10 days ago, and it's been Neil Warnock and Ronnie Jepson.
Oh, yeah.
Since then.
2 great names
in
British
charge.
Football.
And a one defeat.
The Jepsons. Wouldn't there have been a great documentary series?
Great, wouldn't it? About a lower league.
Here's Ronnie Jepson. I mean, what it would have been like Flying. I ain't got any flying cars in Torquay.
He got some points. Got 4 points for us, Ronnie Jepson, and Neil Warnock did, so that was good. Jimmy Ball.
I like points, me, Alan.
I like points, me.
Jimmy Ball, son of.
Jimmy Ball, son of Alan Ball.
Wow, what a great heritage.
It's a great heritage, great
Alan
lineage.
Ball Jr., Alan Ball Senior.
He's the Alan was an Exeter City manager for a long time. Speaks very highly of you. Spoke very highly of you. We've got Jimmy Ball as the new manager. He's come from AFC Totton.
Okay, he hasn't had to move then.
Another National League South.
He's not your first Totton manager, is he? Haven't you had a Totton manager?
Totton. No, our last manager was called Watton. If that's what you're thinking.
He wasn't Paul Watton from Totton. No,
he's not. He might be there. Might be there.
Or did one of your managers go to Totton?
Maybe Paul Watton will be the new
Totton
manager.
Yeah,
in the Arsene Wenger style.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah.
No, Jimmy Ball has joined us today, and I wish Jimmy all the best. I mean,
how are you playing at the moment, Charlie?
Well, we've won. We won last week. Beat Chesham United.
Are you pushing for the playoffs?
We are pushing for playoffs. I think Dorking have won it.
Wow,
if I'm honest, we've got them Tuesday night. But they are 10 points clear of us, and
they're the Arsenal this year, are they?
Yeah, they're about 6 points clear, I think, or 6 points clear.
What's been their secret, Dorking?
Well, Mark White's their secret.
Of course he is. Yeah,
Momentum and energy and all those, and they've won games at the right time. We were top for like 10 minutes,
right.
And then just lost a few in a row, and that's what's done for. We've had loads of injuries.
Well, good luck to Jimmy Ball.
Good luck to Jimmy Ball. When you have a new manager, you sort of have to go, right, okay, well, we'll get on board this train now.
One of my favourite interviews we did with Alan when he came in, he had a book out, and he came in and spent half an hour with us. So, amazing player.
What a player. Amazing player, yeah. And we've got Saturday, we've got Dagenham and Redbridge.
Oh, KSI's
the new...
Andy Carroll's the manager.
Yeah, Andy Carroll is the manager, and KSI is the new part owner. So we've got one circus on Saturday, and we've got another circus Tuesday night as Mark White's circus comes into town.
Is he playing? Andy Carroll still playing?
I think he's player manager. Yeah, I think he's player manager. So I don't know how many games he's put together since he's been there.
Right,
but he wants to stay in the game, doesn't he? So Dagenham and Redbridge on the up. So got that. It's a tough start for Jimmy Ball, I'd expect, but we'll see. We're a good side.
Good, Charlie.
Good side.
Good luck.
Up the goals.
Good luck
forever. Good luck, Jimmy.
Lovely to see you come.
If you're listening, he might not be listening. Might not be a talkSPORT listener, Paul. Might have like Radio 3 on or something.
I imagine the Ball.
You never know.
The Ball family would listen to talk.
You think so?
It's in the blood.
If they're not listening, who is?
It's in the contract. Good question. Anyway, now it's time for this.
UEFA Women's Champions League quarter-final preview on talkSPORT with Disney+. Home of the UEFA Women's Champions League. Watch every match live, only on Disney+. 18+ subscription required.
Yes, let's look ahead to the Women's Champions League action with Disney. The quarterfinals get underway next week. Here's talkSPORT's women's football reporter, our very own Angelina Kelly, with everything you need to know ahead of it.
The Women's Champions League is back, and with 3 English teams in the quarter-finals, it is all to play for. Winners of the competition last season, Arsenal, are up against London rivals Chelsea. Whilst the Blues may be fresh off winning the first piece of silverware of the season in the form of the League Cup, this is the one trophy that evades them, and it's the trophy Arsenal have won twice. Both sides haven't been at their best this season, but still boast real talent, more than enough to reach this year's final. Chelsea's Lauren James is really starting to come back into form in particular. Blues boss Sonia Bonpastoril told me this season that James is the best player she's ever worked with.
James steers it in! England have a third, and that'll surely do it!
The winner of that match will face Wolfsburg or Lyon in the semi-final. Those two sides face off in a game that once defined this competition. They have met in 4 finals alone, with Lyon winning the competition a record 8 times. One of the most intriguing fixtures is Manchester United against Bayern Munich. This is United's first ever season in the Champions League, and despite drawing in the Women's Super League on Wednesday night and losing the League Cup final to Chelsea, they've performed well overall in this competition. Bayern Munich, however, will be a tough test, having finished 4th in the league phase.
Flashed into the goal by Hinata Miyazawa, and already Manchester United have the lead.
It will probably be Barcelona who await either of those teams in the semi-final. Barca face Real Madrid in their quarter-final, who have only been part of the club since 2020 and are still finding their feet. Despite missing Ballon d'Or winner Aitana Bonmati, who is still recovering from a broken leg, They have another Ballon d'Or recipient in Alexia Putellas and an 11 of superstars, many of whom represented Spain in the Euros last summer. All that and more to look forward to with the final in Oslo in 2 months on the line.
Surprised they didn't bring Putellas on for the last 10 minutes in the new camp last night. Blimey. Anyway, some cracking games ahead.
Yeah.
But that was our look ahead to the Women's Champions League with Disney Plus. Still to come, we're going to talk about the world of small hall boxing with Mark Nielson, the CEO of Nielson Boxing.
UEFA Women's Champions League quarter-final preview on talkSPORT with Disney Plus. Home of the UEFA Women's Champions League. Watch every match live, only on Disney Plus. 18 plus subscription required.
Max Dowman is. I see him playing. Because where was it? Was it Mansfield you played the other day in the FA Cup?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
He makes a run right from about 15, 20 yards outside their box. All right. He just glides edge of the box like a slalom. Yeah. The kid is a major talent. So is Ethan Wanyeri, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
At that point, he bought Wanyeri on something like 91 minutes at 3-1 up, I think, or 3-0 up.
Yeah.
It was just to give him his debut, nothing else. And that was the point I was making.
John Terry said that he was he hasn't seen a player dribble like that since Lionel Messi.
Well, I would I'd hold back that sort of credit yet. I think, come on, let the boy be the boy. Let the boy just find his way. Totally different build to Messi.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, you look at the size of him. He looks like, and he's still growing. He looks like he could be. I don't know how tall he is, but he looks like he's going to be 6 foot plus, just by his build, doesn't he? And Messi was. Yeah, I would resist comparing any young player at his age to anyone at the minute. Just let him be Max Dowman.
Yeah,
he'll be Max Dowman.
Yeah,
he's a major talent. He's a major talent.
Fair play to him. They do produce some.
Yeah, they have.
Talented boys.
And Lewis Skelly coming through. And, I mean, the thing about Lewis Skelly, he might have to leave.
Yeah.
And Capia, if they sign him permanently in Capia, you got in him. They've got Calafiori. Where's Lewis Skelly going to go? His international career. He could have been going to the World Cup. He ain't going to the World Cup now.
You don't think he's going to get?
No, I do not.
Hawksbee and Charlie Baker here on talkSPORT. As we mentioned earlier on, we've got some really interesting fighting for you over the weekend, and we've got a show at the York Hall.
Yeah, York Hall, Paul.
That's right, on the talkSPORT Boxing YouTube channel this Saturday from 6 p.m. I was trying about the first time I went there. It was to watch Terry Marsh beat Clinton McKenzie for the British title.
What a night.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
But it is a great venue. Let's speak to a man now who promotes and manages fighters on that small hall scene. Mark Nielson. Good afternoon, Mark.
Hi, Mark.
Hey, fellas.
We're just talking about your dad, Eddie, who was a British heavyweight who fought some of the greats of that sort of era, Bugner and Bruno.
The Swindon Steamroller.
Yeah, that's right. As your colleague Gareth said, I'm a boxing lifer. So, we grew up with it. I was a teenager. My dad was still boxing in the 70s and 80s. Frank Bruno, Joe Bugner. I remember Frank Bruno at Royal Albert Hall. Joe Bugner, one of Frank Warren's very early promotions then. Of course, this is a time of 3 TV channels. So it was on BBC, Frank Bruno, and millions of people. So, yeah, great time.
Or Saturday afternoon or highlights or
a sports night with Coleman. You'd often have them, or, you'd have,
that's right.
You'd have Wednesday nights at 9:25. You got your fix of boxing. There'd normally be, and, it's true, isn't it? I mean, all eyes were on it.
That's right. I mean, I think with Frank Warren, his early promotions were, I think it was on a Wednesday night after Coronation Street. So, it was a big audience back then.
Yeah. Now, it's a great iconic venue. Tell us about your event that's coming up this weekend that we're going to be bringing people on talkSPORT.
Yeah, well, we're very busy. We're in a run of 4 shows in 5 weeks at the moment. So, cracking show again this weekend. I mean, we had one a couple of weeks ago, a British title fight, Alfie Clegg, Sean Bruce, which got masses of views everywhere and sold out the place again. Back there again this weekend. Main event, Andre Descalo against the Spanish guy, Carlos Mena, who's the sort of current Spanish champion. They're both competing for the WBC international title. Good top main event. We've got Simon Mbekwe and Dorius Krasmu, both undefeated heavyweights, both sort of 6 fights, 3 KOs, and that's going to be sort of fireworks from the off. And a fully stacked card, top to bottom, is what we always do at York Hall.
Yeah, this is the real sport, isn't it? This is the real thing. This is when you see where people come from and if they want to make their way in the game.
Well, everybody has to start somewhere, and it's getting that opportunity. And it's not, look, you'll know, it's not an easy world to operate in. People look at the Enormodome fights, but they forget that all the guys that end up topping the bill had to start somewhere, and it was places like York Hall.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you know, people like, they know the Wardleys, the Dubois. Wardley started on the small hall scene. He was fighting in leisure centres in Norwich and Ipswich and stuff. And look at him now; he's sort of a main, pay-per-view star, big fights, world champion. But they all start from somewhere. It's the same with any sports. And this is sort of the feeding ground. We're the feeder into the bigger fights. These guys will get up. So Andre Descalo on our card this weekend. He gets through this. He's got a WBC title. Some of the big promoters are going to want him, and he can get on an undercard of one of these sort of Netflix fights.
I suppose because you can put them online and on YouTube and things like that now. It's not just the purse doesn't just come from the tickets you sell on the door. There must be more to it than that. There's other ways of giving these fighters a platform.
It is. Listen, it's a tough game in the small hall scene, but fortunately, where viewing is changed over the years. I mean, we're sort of fortunate that talkSPORT's been a great supporter from us. We're always streaming our shows live on talkSPORT Boxing. The guys, Spencer and Gareth over there, are great supporters, and Ed. But our British title fight a couple of weeks ago, we actually had, I think, at peak 120,000 viewers online across the different platforms. I think the engagement was like over 1 million. And that's because people are watching it on different devices now. They're watching, it used to be just the main TV terrestrial channels, as we touched on. But I think something like 60% of those viewers were watching it on their TV. So they're watching YouTube on their TV, on their phones, and it's a different way of consuming the sports now, isn't it?
As you say, it is a tough world. I know that this event was sort of in the balance until a sponsor came on board. So getting eyes on it through talkSPORT and getting sponsors on board is
it's always a challenge as well, but because we're getting such good viewership on it, it can help us with the sponsorship. We're lucky that we had a good sponsor come on board, Zapply, the men's health supplement. Right. I mean, like yourself, I see you've got Tool Station on the back walls here. It helps us survive. It's tough, and this it's very expensive now compared to what it used to be a couple of years ago. You can't just rely on ticket sales. We got a higher percentage of people just walking through the door, the casual fans now, but we've got some more media partners partners now and more sponsors helping out. And Zappy sort of came in. We dropped to sort of a couple of fights. We were selling big tickets, and maybe the show was in a balance at one time. And Zappy came in, the men's health supplement, and helping us out for this show and helping us get over the line. And we're in talks with them about future events as well.
Does money filter down from the top? Is it like grassroots in football? I take it, the top sort of promoters who are putting on these fights at Wembley and stuff, does money sort of filter down to the grassroots, or is every man for himself, is it, or woman for themselves?
It's a bit like that. It's not like football where it sort of filters down.
Yeah.
In boxing, we don't benefit necessarily from any of the big TV money that's sort of being sloshed about up there. We've got to be self-sufficient. So we've got to run quite a tight financial model, and it's tough for the boxers because a lot of these boxers, until they get to 8, 9, 10 fights, they don't get paid at all. They're selling their tickets, they're getting their ticket deal or whatever, and they're just about covering the cost of the opponent to fight, their training costs. It's very expensive. But, you've got to be a bit innovative. I think you've got to be a bit different. I mean, boxing has been around for thousands of years, and it's two guys or two girls nowadays, obviously, getting in the ring and they're just giving it everything.
Yeah.
That hasn't changed. So what you've got to try and do is be a bit different, be a bit innovative, and trying to give the fans something different.
And do you have women's boxing on your bills as well?
Oh, absolutely. We've been promoting now 10 years, and our first title fight was our first show, actually, was Kelly Morgan in a WBC silver title, which she won on our show. So our first one was a women's. That was 2016.
Wow.
And look at it now. There's been some female-only card, aren't there? I think Jake Paul's
Albert Hall quite recently.
Jake Paul's doing one at Olympia this year. So, that's how it's all changing as well.
It's a lot more of an analog experience, isn't it? I think the small hall fighting, you feel it more, you can smell it.
You're much closer to the action.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's in something like your course, an iconic venue. And the boxers love to fight there. Their promoters love to promote there. It's a big tick in the box for us. But when you're in that ring, and I'm in there at the end of the fight, when the decisions are being made, you feel like the crowd is actually on your shoulder because they've got the balcony there. It's right on you.
Yeah.
You tend to sometimes lose that. And I'll be honest, with the big shows, I think I said this to someone recently. I was at Frank Bruno, Tim Witherspoon, 1986 in the old Wembley Stadium. I was there.
Yeah.
And then I was also at AJ and Dubois. And not a lot has massively changed for the fan experience of being, some more flashing lights and whatever. But actually, it needs to change. It needs to have innovation. And there's lots of different things going on in the sport. I mean, ourselves, we've got a really big show at July the 18th at the Copper Box Arena. Right. And we're working with this sports tech company, Gladius. And we're going to be working in partnership with them, where we're going to really turn it on its head. So where, if you imagine, look at Formula One, right? 20 years ago, guys racing around a track. Still the same now, but the viewer experience is very different. What you see on the screen with the graphics, the interaction with the driver and things. And we're going to be doing that with this Gladius show that we've got July 18th at Copper Box. You've got to keep innovating.
Yeah.
And what you'll see then is the people watching it on the screen at home or in the arena, actually up on the big cuba box, you'll see all the overlays. You'll see the number of punches, the number of punches thrown versus landed, the heart rate, the heat map, so you can see who's running around the outside of the ring, who's controlling the centre of the ring, the heartbeat, the heart rate of all the boxers. Oh. You can, if you're watching it at home, you'll be able to turn it on or turn it off. But also the production that we're going to be doing with Gladys is going to be off the chart, because I go to some of these big shows and, the first couple of fights, 5 o'clock in the afternoon might be a debut.
Nobody in there, is there?
A 2-0 prospect against a Lithuanian window cleaner. I'll be honest, I don't even go into those shows myself until 7, 8 o'clock because we don't want to see that. So what we're doing on this, trying to be a bit innovative, trying to do something different to get the fan engagement. Yeah. So there'll be like 10 fights. None of the boxers will have more than 10 fights each on their experience. So we'll have prospect v prospect from the first fight to the last fight, no more than 8 rounds. And they're just going to go at it from because we've got to look at other sports. You look at WWE, you look at UFC, and even now this sort of YouTube boxing, they get them in from the first time the door opens right till the end of the night. And we need to do that with boxing.
You're absolutely right to learn from that, aren't
absolutely.
You, Paul? Yeah.
So you can see Southern Showdown, it's called, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. This show this weekend. Yeah,
it's 6 p.m. on the talkSPORT Boxing YouTube channel this Saturday. Spencer Oliver will be on commentary duty.
Yeah.
Well, good to meet you, Mark. More power to you. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Thanks, guys.
Mark Nielson, the CEO of Nielson Boxing, and so you'll see his bill on Saturday evening. But we got the birthday spread coming up next.
few years back, when Jurgen Klopp was in charge, we tried signing Moises Caicedo, a defensive midfielder, because since Fabinho and Henderson have left, we've not signed one.
Yeah.
He turned us down. We tried signing that Southampton young
Lavia as well.
Chelsea. Lavia, yeah.
Same window.
He turned us down.
Yeah.
A year later, we went for Zubamendi. He turned us down. We've not replaced that kind of player. Slot came in and played Gavin Webster in that position. He did well. We won the league because of the other teams falling off as well. But we've not signed that player yet. We let go of centre halves, Matip and company, and we've got only two.
Company.
Choice. No, Matip and company. You know.
Oh, Matip and co. Other players.
Yeah,
Right.
Matip and co. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, let go of players like that, and then we've not signed any centre halves. We're probably the only Premier League club who's got two senior centre halves on their books.
Do you know what, Sam, as well? Another one, Mark Gahey. I don't know why you didn't get him.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. For £5 million, we spent outrageous money on attacking players, but we've not signed a defensive player just for £5 million. How ridiculous is that?
Yeah.
But that doesn't explain why you're not scoring goals.
Exactly. Yeah, but there comes Slot's position. Arne Slot.
Hold on.
Let's get a cash point.
Hold on. Sorry, are you working behind the tills at like Tesco's or something?
Yes, I am.
Why are you talking to us?
Because I'm listening to you as well.
That's unbelievable.
Liverpool's Champions League winning midfielder Didi Hamann says it's far from certain Arne Slot remains at Anfield next season.
I don't think we found out an awful lot about Liverpool yesterday. We know on their day they can be as good as anyone, but they played against a desperate team yesterday. It was truly dreadful what Galatasaray.
Arne Slot's looking forward to Liverpool's quarter-final rematch with PSG. Two teams, Slot says, play football in the right way. Well, Simon Jordan's asking, why build up PSG as a bogeyman?
There's no need to start building in how good PSG are, what they are and what they're not. Who cares? How good are you and what do you do? And there's no need to build in the fact that you're playing Brighton on Saturday at 12:30, because, by the way, Brighton haven't got the same sort of squad as you got.
Liverpool's trip to Brighton is, of course, live on talkSPORT this Saturday lunchtime. Meanwhile, Spurs' relegation six-pointer at home to Forest has been called a World Cup final. Here's former Spurs midfielder Gus Poyet on Tudor's challenge.
You have your first win yesterday, but you're out. So I don't know how the players will take it. If they take it in a positive manner, great for Sunday. If they take it that they lost because they're out, who knows if it's good or bad.
And the war in the Middle East could have an impact on the English cricket season. There's a problem getting Duke's balls stitched in South Asia over to the UK, and counties are starting the season with half their usual amount. There's more at talksport.com.
It's time for the birthday spread. A bit of ring rust with me after 3 weeks. You beat Max. He got beaten by Danny Kelly. What's going to happen now we get back to it. Andy Jacobs has got 10 birthdays from this week. He's got a little gag attached to each one. It's up to myself and Charlie after the gag to try and guess how old these people are. Good afternoon, Andy.
Hello, Andy.
Good afternoon, boys. And I was listening to H&B versus ChatGPT.
Oh, yeah.
Very good. He's very knowledgeable, that bloke, isn't he? He doesn't want to take over at Chelsea, does he?
He likes it.
He's turned on Liam. This time last week, he was Team Liam this time last Thursday. It doesn't take much.
Not really, no.
Okay. Good afternoon, Jeff Peters.
Good afternoon, boys. Paul on a hot streak at start of the new year, won the first 7 official spreads against Charlie and 8 in total.
Standard.
Yeah, I've been looking at Brazilian and Argentinian papers.
Banbury cake.
I've been putting all the research in. So, okay, well, I think we're ready to rock and roll.
Okay, that's the nice. Buzios cake.
Yeah. Here's Pele and Sergio Mendes.
Okay.
Who won last time, Jeff?
I did.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. Okay.
It's that great Eurovision winger.
Oh, yeah, who's that? Lulu. Lulu. Good right foot.
Yeah. Jinky, she was. Jinky Lulu.
Needs to get the ball in earlier, Lulu.
What a star. Sandy Shaw. Sandy Shaw. And she's recently re-released her biggest hit to commemorate Chelsea's appointment of yet another manager. Just a puppet on a string.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I think we see a pattern forming.
Lovely
here.
bit of bassoon in that, isn't there?
Yeah. Yeah. So Sandy Shaw's got to be in her 80s.
Sandy Shaw.
83.
Sandy Shaw does sound like a player from like the late 70s.
Could be St Mirren, yeah.
Sandy Shaw.
Sandy Shaw.
Oh, you know. Yeah, great player.
83.
Me and Sandy.
Wee Sandy. That's it. Alan. Oh, me and wee Sandy. Up in Troon. So, what's 83? I'm gone.
Strangers on the Shore. That's a whole other film.
It is, certainly is. What do you reckon?
That's terrible.
What did you say, Paul?
83.
80, yeah, about right there. 85.
No, 79.
Oh, sorry. Sorry,
Sandy.
Sandy. I doubt Sandy's listening. She'll have her shoes off, wouldn't she? Just wandering around. That was her thing. Barefoot. Went on barefoot.
I know she is.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. So what's the scores,
How
Jeff?
old she was.
It's Paul 4, Charlie 6.
Okay, a margin of error will build as we do these birthdays. Obviously, it's the one with the shortest margin of error that's the winner. Here we go.
A quick word of appreciation for Jeff's math skills, which we missed badly at Cheltenham last week.
Oh yeah,
really did.
Yeah, it's not as easy as it looks, is it?
It's not.
Counting.
Okay, it's the rugby player, former England star, Phil Vickery.
Oh,
Phil Vickery. You saw him last week, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yes, he's just made a documentary about the early days of golf. I can't wait to see the Hickory Vickery doc.
That's very good.
That was very good.
So you saw him in the flesh last week. How old did he look?
Well, that's not a very kind question.
What do you reckon, Charlie? Phil Vickery.
He's 46.
48?
50.
Oh,
okay.
Okay.
Very nice.
So
he's
Jeff
got into bodybuilding, Phil Vickery. Yeah.
Is really?
It's not, it sounds like a setup to one of Andy's jokes.
Oh, yeah, it does. Yeah. So he's looking ripped.
He's ripped, yeah. He's very very tanned as well.
Last time he came in to see us, he was talking about sausages. I can't remember why.
Well, he looks a bit like a sausage as well. But
okay, you're right. Fair enough. So he looks a bit like a sausage as well. Next time you see him, he is a bodybuilder.
Big guy, and he's big guy.
So what's happened to the scores, Jeff?
Paul 2 out onto 6, Charlie 4 out onto 10.
Okay, here we go.
10-6.
Birthday number 3. Yeah.
Okay, the great cricketer, commentator, one-time umpire, David Lloyd. And he's agreed to appear in this year's I'm a Celebrity. I'm really looking forward to seeing Bumble in the Jungle.
Yeah. He'd be good, actually, in the jungle.
Oh, yeah,
He would.
Great.
Yeah.
He's in great nick. He was working out. I think he said working out at the gym with his lad, wasn't he? He was telling us, Andy. He was like six packs, like Peter Andre doing the Mysterious Girl video.
Phil Vickery.
Yeah, basically everybody's getting fit apart from us.
Yeah, exactly.
Bumble, happy birthday, Bumble.
Is that the follow-up single to Everyone's Getting Fat Except Mama Cass?
Yes, that's it. 73.
73, Bumble. Yeah, around the right. 74.
79.
No, looking good.
No, ridiculous.
David.
What's the scores, Jeff?
So Paul 6 out onto 12, Charlie 5 out onto 15. He's not been on the show for a while. You should definitely get David on the phone.
We should definitely get David on the So into birthday 4 with Charlie. We alternated.
Where is Jeff this week? He's not in front of his boxes.
Where Jeff is?
He's not in Mexico. We don't know where he is.
Jeff's pretty ripped, though. You know.
Yeah, very ripped. Yeah,
not as ripped as.
There's the guns.
Wow,
Jeff's
look
guns.
at that.
Well, his
That's
head's a different colour to his arms.
Yeah. Okay. So birthday number 4, Andy.
That doesn't make any sense. It's the fine actress from Upstairs Downstairs.
Oh, yeah.
Leslie Ann Down. Leslie Ann Down. And I was at an IPL game last year with Leslie, two of her brothers, and Francis Rossi of Status Quo, where we were introduced to the Super King star Deepak Huda. Francis said to me, "It's down, down, Deepak and down." Come on.
That's good. Very good. What I like, Andy, is how you kept you cool while you were telling
I
it.
could see it coming, but there's nothing I could do about it.
Down,
Leslie Ann Down.
Yeah, I don't know which one she was in. Upstairs, Downstairs, but I'm going to say
she wasn't
77.
77. Yeah, you're not far off. She 80.
No, 72.
Oh, sorry, Leslie, if you're listening. Blimey. Yeah, she was very young in Upstairs, Downstairs.
Oh, yeah.
I was going
listening. Leslie's gone round Sandy Shaw's place. They always listen together. They play along. See how they're getting on today. Okay, so what's the scores, Jeff? I'm having a mare.
Paul is 8 out. Charlie is 5 out. It is 20 all.
20 all.
Wow, what a
Very
game.
good.
So we're going to half time with me leading off on this one, Andy.
Okay, it's the documentary maker, best known for his Tribe, Amazon and Arctic TV series, Bruce Parry.
Bruce Parry, yeah.
And we were on an expedition together, actually, and he asked me if I'd brought the appropriate chocolate bar for energy during the journey. Parry said to me, "You on Mars?"
Yeah,
That's a good impression of the you on Mars.
56. You're a bit old. You know who he is?
I think he's older than that.
Yeah, he could
But then
be.
it might be all the time outside.
It could be, yeah. He's quite sort of weathered. He is quite weathered, isn't he?
You might be.
No
you might be spot on there.
Yeah, well, 56.
Not going to go too far away. 59.
He's 57.
Oh, we knew we were in the ballpark.
Banbury cake.
We knew we were in the ballpark.
Get you, Harold. Evening, Harold.
What's the scores, Jeff? Who's going to half time?
Paul 1 out onto 21, Charlie 2 out onto 22.
Oh.
Bruce Parry does those amazing journeys. My favourite is the one he does from the south coast to Merseyside. He used to drive it, but he takes the train.
He gets the train
We know how that ends.
So, 22 plays 21. It's a ding-dong do. Tell us how you're getting on.
Yes.
Talksport.com/H&J. Text to 81089. Tweet to TSH&J. The second half, just around the corner. We're here, of course, with our good friends at Tool Station. Get your toolbox essentials this spring with big savings on screws and fixings. Next stop, Tool Station.
I don't know about Barca.
What do you mean?
I don't know about
They
Barca.
won 8-3.
Yeah, first half Newcastle the better side.
Yeah, I know, but
No, I'm not convinced by them. I'm not convinced.
Here's my take on it. That you're right. The league is. I don't look. You know, you look at over the league phase. The Premier League teams go, God, look at us. We're
just too
dominating
strong
Europe because we're too strong over.
yes.
You know, an 8-9 game. How many games you play, right?
Yes.
But when it comes to the elite level, when it comes to the knockout rounds and the big games against the big dogs, we get found out because our Premier League, really, I don't think the quality is that great.
No, it's not
It's
great.
been a set-piece league.
Yeah.
It's all been about long throws, direct football. And you play against PSG, you play against Real Madrid, you play against Barcelona, Bayern Munich. You know, even Atletico, in Madrid. They get found out because they know how to play football.
They are football teams in the true sense of the word. But that doesn't necessarily mean to say that Arsenal, who are going to be have got their criticism, aren't capable of going and doing what they're doing in the Premier League and overpowering teams and dominating games, because Arsenal are the best at it.
Yeah.
They're the best at it.
Do you think Arsenal are going to win it?
Mate, if they don't, then I think they're...
Secret Arsenal fan this season.
What is on? I've got no love. I hope Arsenal fall at the last every time. But you've got to appreciate a good side. You've got to appreciate what they do, and they do it well. Dark arts, all of that. I've said this. I want my side, Chelsea, to be more like them. We are
You got beat 8-2.
But that's what I mean. I want to be more like Arsenal.
You didn't respect the ball.
I want to be more like Arsenal, mate.
It's the birthday spread. It's 21-22 at half-time, me leading by 1. And unfortunately, folks, this is the point where we like to find out how you're doing, but we have an issue with our equipment.
The last text we had was, I'm certain you said small hawk boxing, Paul.
Yeah.
How about red kite v sparrowhawk, which we'd all pay to see?
Yeah. So that was about half an hour ago, so apologies. Just shout at the radio how you're getting on. Here we go. Oh, that's better.
Very good. Well done. Well done, particularly you.
We'll make sure it's. If it suddenly
Deb's ironing shop.
If they all come through, we'll do some of those before the end of the show. But anyway, into the second half. It's question 6. Charlie will lead us off. Andy.
Yes, during the break, I googled Banbury cake.
Oh,
I wanted to see if it was a free weekly newspaper. It ceased in 2017. It took its name from Banbury cakes.
Wow. Oh, okay. Well, that's a surprise. Yeah. The Banbury.
Bring it back.
Bring back the Banbury. Hashtag bring back the Banbury cake. That's going to be our big campaign on the show.
Really getting into it.
And then we really never looked back as a show after the Banbury cake campaign.
And that was the thing that really...
And that's when Chris Evans said, I can't take it anymore. They're too big. Yeah, anyway. Okay, so... yeah. Right, what's next? Yeah.
Okay, next is the actress from Gregory's Girl, Claire Grogan.
Claire Grogan.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, if only I could think of an appropriate song for her to mark the occasion.
Yeah. Very good.
Very nice. She's been in it see us a few times over the years. Very nice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She likes the football.
What curry does she have, do you know? What heat of curry does she have? Grogan Rosh.
Grogan Rosh.
Grogan Josh. Grogan Josh.
Josh Grogan.
As I was Josh Grogan. That's what I was getting.
You're having a mare, Charlie. You're workshopping.
Can't speak.
You're workshopping bad gags
Can't
on
speak.
national radio. So,
got a tour coming up.
How old is she?
Oh, Sean Carter's. That's Sean. That's
our producer.
That's our producer. He's just sent us one saying test, so it's not broken.
Oh, okay.
Just no one's texted in for 41 minutes.
Oh, what happened to the music there? They're trying to drown us out. They had been. No.
Okay. Claire Grogan.
Yeah.
Claire Grogan.
How...
That'll change now the Banbury Cake campaign started. There'll be flooding in.
Andy's jokes have been sensational today. Absolutely sensational.
Right.
From A. Jacobs.
Oh, okay.
He was on tremendous.
Right, come on.
Claire Grogan.
Claire Grogan.
How old?
She's 65. 65.
65? 61.
64. Charlie going well this
Charlie.
week.
Wow.
Charlie.
Pulled back.
So what's that done to the scores, Jeff?
Charlie takes the lead. He's 1 out onto 23. Paul, you're 3 out onto 24. 1 in it, 4 to go.
What a battle.
game.
One battle after another.
Great
So,
game, isn't it? What a good game, actually, this is.
Yeah,
I've forgotten how good it is.
Are you enjoying
Paul's
it?
very positive about it, aren't I?
Let's see what happens in the next 3 birthdays, see if he still thinks
Jokes are good today.
So, yes.
There's something about Jeff's not doing that I'm missing. I don't know what it is. He's not...
Well, he's maybe not at the time.
Maybe.
Birthday number 7.
I was going to say something then. It's gone right out of my head.
Okay,
Never
that's
mind.
age. That's age.
Okay, I know. Well, you know. It's I know what I was
Get
gonna say.
used to it.
Oh, go on.
It's a lot closer this competition than the Champions League. And that's
okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm no,
Are you?
I'm not. It's Will I Am.
Oh, I'm
he-
Will.
he said. I'm not.
I'm Will.
I'm not. It's Will I Am.
It's Will I Am.
Tribute act to Will I Am. I'm not.
Yeah.
Will I'm not.
Yeah, mate.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Will I Am,
Yeah.
and I must say, I'm really loving his collaboration with Chesney Hawkes. Will I Am, the one and only. Yeah, go on.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Aren't there people in the past they've said, "Hey, nice to meet you, Will I Am," and he said, "It's pronounced William."
Oh, yeah.
Someone must have.
about?
Someone must have done that at a party somewhere. It's pronounced William. Will I Am, happy birthday to him. I'm not going to say I've got a feeling he's in his mid-50s. 53.
Will I Am.
Will I
It's a
Am.
tough one,
It's quite
isn't it?
difficult
Yeah,
to-
it's a tough one.
Yeah. He
50
dresses like a much younger man.
Yeah, too young for himself, isn't he?
Okay, fair
like
enough.
those grown-ups who go...
No need for that on his birthday.
There's ones who go grown-ups who go skateboard and grow up. 56.
Okay.
51.
Oh, okay. So,
what a game.
This is to-ing and fro-ing, isn't it? The lead. It's like England-France.
Really is amazing.
What's going on, Jeff?
What a game.
So Paul 2 out onto 26, Charlie 5 out onto 28. I did him a favour once.
Oh, did
He
you?
couldn't thank me enough, but I said, Will I Am, it's really nothing.
Well, that's
yeah,
it.
it was
One for the Smiths
Smith's
fans.
joke. It's a
That's-
Smith's
I
joke.
like that. I like that.
Oh, yeah.
W.H. Smith's joke.
Back to, yes, number 8.
I didn't get it, but I'll laugh anyway.
Yes, right.
Made up
Here we
name.
go.
Yes.
Birthday number 8.
Yes.
The fine singer Terence Trent D'Arby.
Oh,
Terence
yes.
Trent
Derby,
D'Arby.
yeah.
And he's a big fan, actually, of Midlands football. Particularly enjoys the rare occasions when Forest and County meet. Yeah, he loves the Trent D'Arby. of course.
Yes.
Terence Trent D'Arby.
Terence Trent D'Arby, what do you reckon, Charlie?
Terence Trent D'Arby. He's called something else now. He's got a different name.
Sananda Maitreya.
Thank you, Simon. Thank you very much,
thank you.
Jeff.
Oh, yes. Well, good knowledge
Yeah.
there, Jeff.
Good knowledge, Jeff.
What a wonderful phrase.
Can you spell
Right,
that
so
for me,
yeah.
Jeff.
Problem free.
62.
62. 61.
64.
Oh,
What a game.
So, the scores.
What a game.
Scores are, Jeff.
Paul 3 out onto 29, Charlie 2 out onto 30. 1 in it, 2 to go. Paul in the lead.
This is good.
31-29. Okay, back
Now,
to me.
I've got to now stay behind.
Okay,
Now there are 2 that you don't know. So it gets a
Okay.
little bit more tricky. It's
Okay.
the evolutionary biologist,
Ah,
Professor Dame Linda Partridge.
Oh, yeah, I know
Dame
her,
Linda
Yeah, I know
Partridge.
Lynn.
Oh, yeah.
Do you?
Lynn.
And she conducts, I know her as well, she conducts all her biology experiments in glass dishes. Yes, it's partridge in a pet tree.
Oh, that's
Very
good.
good. That's very good.
The gags have been
Very
good
good today, Andy.
Yeah.
Very good today.
I'd say she is 67.
Dame Linda, Professor.
Yeah. Partridge, yeah.
Or Professor Dame Linda
Yeah.
Professor Dame Linda
But
Partridge.
doesn't matter about the
Or
order.
Dame
67.
Professor Linda, Professor
Partridge,
Dame.
Professor.
7. I'm going to say 68.
Oh.
76.
Wow. So,
What sort of regals, really?
does that do
I don't
to
know what
the
we do now.
scores, Jeff?
It's 38 all.
Wow.
Have we ever had this before?
We've never had this before.
It means we have to write it down, doesn't it? We have to write the score.
We do.
Write
that's a good
age
idea.
down,
You can do it
don't
that
we?
way.
Yeah.
Let's write
That's
it
a
down.
good idea.
We write on
I both
age
write it down and say, okay, that's a very good way.
Okay.
No cheating. People on YouTube.
No cheating.
This is the
Paul,
first.
That was aimed at
This
you.
is the first. This is
What a game.
This is a departure for Spinal
An
Tap.
incredible game.
Any cheating will be the front page lead of the Banbury Cake. Anyway,
here we go.
He was the first black artist to be elected a Royal Academician. Sir Frank Bowling.
Yeah.
And it was very confusing when Alex Stewart kept wicking to Frank in the Bunbury game. Bowling, bowling. We all started singing the theme from Rawhide. Bowling, bowling, bowling.
Right.
Bowling.
I've written an age down. Have you, Charlie?
I haven't yet, no. So Frank Bowling.
I've written one
And
there.
he's an artist.
Yes, okay. You've written it down, Charlie.
I've written it down.
Right, are we ready? We're going to show each other our workings
Oh, okay.
out?
Okay,
here we go.
1, 2,
I have
3.
gone.
81, I've gone.
89. 89 plays 81.
Sir Frank Bowling is 92.
Oh, what a that is stupid way to end that game. Isn't it?
So gracious.
Yeah. So you enjoyed that, did you? That was a really good game. And that's never happened in the birthday spread. What
a waste of time.
Okay.
People here, when does Drive start? Thank you, Mark. Agreed.
This is like Andy liking Liam Rossigna last Thursday and hating him
absolutely
today.
Dreadful.
So, what's the final score, Jeff?
So it's Paul 41, Charlie 49. Paul, you lead Charlie 8-0 this year, and that is 9 in a row overall.
Wow, 9 in a row.
I think we should knock it on the head.
Thank you,
It's
Jeff.
had a good run. The game's had a good run.
Thank you, Andy. I'll see you tomorrow.
Cheers.
Thank you, Charlie. Back with Max on Saturday.
Back with Max 9 till 11. The game day warm up on Saturday morning, and then Virgin Radio 2 till 6 Saturday, Sunday.
Fantastic. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow with Andy. We'll have some clips of the week and lots more besides. Build up to the weekend's football. Coming up next is Drive with Andy Goldstein and Darren Bent.
Aston Villa, 40 goals.
I saw that, mate.
That's incredible, Ali. That's the same as Spurs.
Wow.
Leeds United have scored 37. West Ham have scored 36. But 40 goals for Aston Villa. And yesterday, Watkins, no confidence. When he gets 1v1, he had a chance to get past Maguire, loses the ball. Rodgers was giving the ball away a bit too much yesterday. Buendia offers 0. Leon Bailey comes on, offers less than 0.
I know, mate.
And a lot of the players that are playing at the moment, Ali, have been at the club for far too long.
Yeah.
And that was the oldest, by the way, Mr. McCoist. Aston Villa fielded their oldest starting 11 since 2012.
Was it really?
Yes.
I'm loving more than